Going on, everybody? Good old JM here with you on this Throwback Thursday as we present yet another out of the archives right here on the Casa D18 Studios. JJ, I know, has been working tirelessly to comb through everything on the NoDQ channel, on the Jeff Meacham Network, on his own Casa D18 Studios, on the J. Hebert 95 Studios, the Simple Man brand, to present to you something that you may not have seen before, something that you haven't seen in a long time, perhaps. I know I'm looking forward to what the Renegade has in store, and I hope you are too. Kick your feet up, enjoy a little respite from the craziness of a Thursday, and enjoy this classic content right here on the Casa D18 Studios.
Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
It's out of my hands, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hands. You can never take away the power of my soul.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now. Owen the Talkinator Studios series premiere of Owen and AJ Talks. Welcome to the FTW family, Zero Miller. Shared experiences re-airing on the new FTW main hub. All Retro Wrestling Review Series videos on demand and upcoming. The Wrestling Rundown makes its return, available now on demand. Fantasy Booking Series video, If Goldberg Stayed in WWE in 2004. Pride CAW Supercard by Zero Entertainment. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels. Simple Bracketology season premiere covering the G1 Climax 33. AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, every show week by week. Indy Force episode 26, available now on demand. Jeff Meacham Network, all watch-along events. AEW Double or Nothing Dynamite Go Home Show Watch Party, available now on demand. A Simple Take, WWE Simple Takes featuring Casa D18 Studios. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting, episode 3 coming soon. Breaking news, ATW View Impromptu, WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Wrestling with Idiocy episode 8, Fast Food and Restaurants discussion. Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Casa D18 Studios, an affiliate of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, proudly presents this retro content from J. Hebert Studios.
The following program contains strong language that is not suitable for young children. Viewer discretion is advised. In 2019, Michael X won the Wrestling Rundown Championship, taking the world by storm. But then, the virus attacked. These men promptly escaped from mental insanity by talking about the nerdiest shit on the internet, filmed in the Massachusetts Underground. Today, still wanted by the people of YouTube, they survive as nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. If you have an obsession, if no one else can talk, and if you can subscribe to them, maybe you can hire the Indy Force.
Indy Force! Assemble!
Well, it says, I love it when a plan comes together.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Indy Force Podcast for nerds, weebs, and dorks of fortune. It's 4th of July week. Hope you're having a good 4th of July wherever you may be. Thank you for the military office for serving us and keeping us free.
Yes, thank you to all our veterans for serving a dead country.
Fair. Not dead yet, but it's getting close.
Not dead, more like decaying. I guess that's the more appropriate term.
You're being generous.
Listen, you gotta have some balls to sit there and take gunfire. So either way, I want to, show the respect. But I'll say this.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I'll say this: the 2 weeks prior to the fucking 4th of July week, yeah, if there is a God, I don't like living inside of a microwave. Thank you for 70-degree temperature. It's better.
And thank you for blessing us with rain. If only you could do it in Africa.
Oh my God! Fuck right off.
Well, I mean, you'd have first off, you'd have to bless the ring.
That's my shtick, damn you! I don't give a shit if you are the champ and the king. That's my shtick.
You have shtick.
Well, too bad. The king can do what he wants.
Listen, it doesn't matter whose stick it is. It doesn't matter whose stick it is because you got to bless the rings down in Africa first. Okay.
Okay, you said Nafrica, and I'm like, what the fuck is Nafrica?
I heard rings.
In Africa. Shut up.
What?
All right. Anyway, let's get started. We're gonna talk about. I think for the first. I don't know if it's the first time ever, but this is the first time we're actually covering something indie on a show called the Indy Force. Kind of wrong.
It's not 100% true because AEW could have been considered an indie brand for a little while.
I mean,
yeah, they have been.
So shut the fuck up.
Well, all I heard was a cough. So anyway, we got some good stuff to talk about today. We're actually going to switch it up. We're going to talk about the stuff that we usually save for last first, and then we're going to save the wrestling topics second, and then make the gaming and fiction topics for last. So, if you guys like this video, and you like how that format is...
No, I'm cutting you off before you start doing your 3 of those in the video.
I'm doing 2. I heard what you said already. I'm doing 2. 1 in the beginning, 1 at the end. Anyway, that's my limit. Okay. But as I was saying, if you guys like the format, if you guys like Indy Force at all, in general, make sure you smash that like button. Comment down below if you're watching this on video on demand or in the live chat if you're watching it on Premiere. Make sure you share on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all the like. Make sure you share it on social media with your friends and family. And don't forget to just say hi. Oh, say hi.
Don't go to my Facebook. There's nothing really on there. As everybody knows, I don't post anything on Facebook except for shit that I'm like.
And try not to come too close to me. Not that I'm sick, but I'm kind of out of masks. So.
What the fuck are you mean you're out of masks?
You have like a face cover.
That's what I'm talking about.
Why, it broke? Great. Well, I mean, we got some. If you need them, just come by and we'll hand you a couple.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem. What was I going to say?
Stay there, you sick piece of trash.
Anyway.
You fucking garbage.
That being said, we are now going to talk about an actual independent project going on YouTube right now by the man known as Matt Provenzel, or you may know him if you're a fan of Stupid Mario Brothers as Matthew Thomas Provenzel, his full name. I don't know why Rich put his full name in the credits, but hey, I'm not here asking questions. So, we're gonna look at a series he's trying to raise money for that he really wants to go full in with. It's a GoFundMe to raise money for this show he's trying to do on YouTube called Kingsblade. It's a fantasy short film, and we're going to check out a preview of it and what he's trying to do with it. This is the video by Matt Provenzel right here, and we are going to play it.
I keep hearing Matthew Pencil. I'm sorry.
Or Matthew Pencil ass.
Yeah.
Made that mistake with your kid too.
Wait, his name is Pencil Ass? That's awkward.
No. Anyway.
Oh god, the bullies would be relentless on him.
Let's go, Pencil Ass. Hey, what's up, Big?
Hey, can I play the fucking video?
No.
Fucking prick. Okay, let me play it.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Provenzel. Some of you may know me from the Rich Alvarez web series Stupid Mario Brothers. I'm also an actor based here in New York City, has worked across the country regionally, and I'm making a movie. I'm making a 15 to 25 minute fantasy short film with original characters set in an original world. I am a lover of all things fantasy and medieval, and I got the idea to write this film about a year ago. It was May of 2019, and I had just finished watching Game of Thrones all the way through for the very first time. And I wrote
That's your worst mistake.
There's a basic storyline, and I drew a map. And I sent all of that to my 2 buddies from back home, Richard and Chris, who are also involved in the Stupid Mario Brothers web series. They loved the idea. We all began working on a script together. Once the script was done, we began working on a GoFundMe page to fund the film. We have raised $3,470 of a $5,000 budget. But sadly, as of March of this year, Richard and Chris are no longer involved in the project, meaning all of that money will be refunded and we'll have to start from scratch financially. But I'm not giving up on this project, and since the departure of Richard and Chris, I've been getting back on track to bring this film alive. I have a good friend with a film degree from NYU who's been helping me rewrite and revamp the script. I've done new location scouting. I've been working on a new GoFundMe page. I have called so many fight choreographers throughout New York City. I have been talking with fellow actors and friends about the project, and I'm preparing to have them read from the script. And I've been working on this film every single chance I get, and it's going to move forward a little bit every single day. The concept art and the map of the world are in the GoFundMe page description, done by the brilliant Archie Casey, aka Morning Coffee Run. Morning Coffee Run. Funds are important to any artistic endeavor, and this being a fantasy film, that will require more costs than the average production. These requirements will cover costumes and props, in this case swords and armor, transportation to and from the set, fight choreographer compensation, getting a film permit, renting a nice camera with nice sound equipment, but the biggest thing that's important for this budget is compensation. The original film budget of $5,000 had nowhere near enough money to compensate people for their time, and this one is absolutely essential it has that, so the artists are paid for their services and for what they do best. I've always specifically wanted to be the hero in a fantasy story, but a lot of casting directors would never see me in that kind of role. They usually see me as the best friend or the funny guy.
Yeah.
Sherlock.
We're gonna get to that. We're actually gonna get to that because
coming from the guy that was the villain of his own little fucking inner web series.
He actually, this is the first time he'll be a full-on hero if he gets the money here. So I'm actually intrigued with that. But anyway, we'll continue. We move on.
Usually it's the funny guy. So people would see me as a Littlefinger, a Lord Varys, or a Sir Davos. And while all three are amazing characters, I've always wanted to play Jon Snow or a Robb Stark. And since there aren't too many works where I would get cast in that kind of role, I started right on my own where I can do just that.
I gotta hit the T. All
right,
can we?
I gotta hit the T because if you're both of those characters, in the end, you almost fucking die.
Yes,
or at least one of them dies. The other one is given
God powers.
Okay, we get it, Mike. I get it. But this is a whole new project of him. I think it's based off of Game of Thrones. I think it's written better though, from what I've actually from what I've heard.
Shit.
No, from what I've heard, this is better than season 8 of Game of Thrones ever will be. So. And hey, who knows? Maybe he likes Game of Thrones, but knowing how he makes fun of The Room as like the greatest piece of cinematography, wink, wink.
It is.
I doubt it.
No, it is the greatest movie ever from somebody who has
dude,
idea how to make a movie.
Dude, him and I on the Discord were making jokes about The Room, and I did a Wario version. I did not hit Mona. I did not. Oh, hi Mario. It was so stupid, but it was funny. Anyway, so we're gonna continue.
Watching The Room made me realize that if you can make a movie that terrible, you can do anything.
Yeah.
So if this guy wants to make like a Game of Thrones-esque type of series or short film,
I think he. I think better.
Okay,
I think he could do it better. I'll tell you why. I don't know what the budget's going to be. I don't know how the action scenes are going to be. I know the story is going to be impeccable because him and Rich. We'll get to it later. I want to let him finish. I want to let him finish before Mike and I start talking about the web series.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But the one thing I do want to interject, because he's going to get fight choreographers and all that other crazy shit. It's a quick thing. Only take a second. Please do not do what every other fucking fantasy garbage does with suits of armor.
Yes.
And turn it into paper. Because a sword does not hit a suit of plate armor.
No, trust me.
Right. It's ridiculous.
He's definitely got you. He's definitely already got you on that. Trust me.
Actors Union here in New York City. And over the last couple of years, I've had some work, but there's been a lot more failure than success. And it's been really, really hard not to give up and try something else. And about a year ago, I took a commercial class, and one of the people who ran that class recommended that I read An Actor's Life, a Survival Guide by the lovely Jenna Fisher, who you might know as Pam Beasley from The Office. The book explains how she struggled in Los Angeles before she booked The Office, and one of the chapters toward the end mentions how when you're not working, you need to fill a creative void. So what you need to do is you need to write something. Write something that you can star in, that will fill your creative void and give you a sense of work that's coming up. And that's what Kingsblade's been for me. And every single day I work more and more on this film. I get more and more excited to start shooting, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. Working on this film has absolutely filled my creative void and sure as hell lifted my spirit and my mood. Every single day something new is accomplished, and it gets me more and more stoked to start shooting. Thank you guys for watching this video, for your encouragement and support. With your help, Kingsblade could be on its way to several film festivals and maybe even develop into a much larger project. Thank you again for coming along this adventure with me. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned.
And now, let's see. Oh, bloopers. No, Matt. No, we're not doing this. I know. I know what you're trying to do. I wish I could watch the bloopers, because when he fucks up, it is funny, and he even can see the humor in that, but we just don't have the time. But just to show the description off a little bit, after spending years in hiding, Matthias Braden, which is the hero he's going to be playing, reckons with the ongoing rebellion that destroyed his family's kingdom and discovers the stolen blade of the last remaining king. Copyright 2020. So this is the concept art.
Dear God, the map is basically Westeros.
Yeah, no, it's straight out of Game of Thrones.
It definitely needs more of a redesign. I think the map idea is a cool concept, but the problem comes in if you're going to go and have anybody do it, get some campaign mappers from D&D. They understand how a map locale should look, like instantaneously, of how interesting the world has to be.
I think it's definitely the right idea. I agree, though. It could use a little.
You need a little bit more of a. I wouldn't say a color design differentiation, but how do I describe this very simplistically? Don't fucking do what Game of Thrones does. Do your own thing with it and just take tidbits from it. Because if you're going to go straight for, well, it's going to be Game of Thrones, and then everybody's going to sit there and say,
in fairness, God, I think he is doing that. I think that's it's the method that they did with the other series. So I think he's definitely doing that. This is the armor. Here's read more of the armor here. It's not bad. The costumes definitely aren't bad in concept.
No, but you got to also put it into function of, by the way, Matthias is such a villain name. I don't know why you would put that for your main character, but whatever. I'm only saying that because the main villain in fucking Tomb Raider is named Matthias, and I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty sinister fucking name. I wouldn't trust a guy named Matthias.
Well, true, but also, isn't one of the characters in the game Mercenaries also named Matthias? And he's a good guy?
Yeah, it's really weird, but it's not. If you heard, like,
if you want to think back to 2000, if you want to think back to 2002, the friggin' Scorpion King himself was apparently originally named Matthias.
Yeah, it's one of those. It depends on how you.
I think it could go either way, just from that description of it.
No, true. I'm just saying, for me personally, I've always seen the name Matthias as the villain, because you can put it in so many different variants of vocal strength, I guess.
Yeah.
Put it.
Now,
understandable.
Just to get back on topic a little bit, I do want to say that the description for this charity is in the description. Right now, they have $4,610 raised for this project out of a $30,000 goal. This will afford for everything to do this feature film. Now,
dude's not filming in New York because that's so fucking.
Yeah, I know
expensive.
He's not filming in New York. He's already moved to Chicago. But
oh, why Chicago?
That's even worse.
Chicago.
Is it Chicago? I think he's in the suburbs of Chicago. I don't think he's in the actual city right now.
Chicago has
I'll
suburbs?
tell you.
Oh yeah,
I'm
they
going to
do.
tell you exactly where to film because nobody films up in this location, and I think it would be helpful if you're going to do this whole, going, shooting, filming. It's going to take you about a couple months to do all that properly because it's fucking memorization. It's all about location. If you're going to do it properly, go up to fucking Vermont. Nobody goes up to. Nobody's going to bother you in Vermont. It's a very
or New Hampshire. No risk of COVID-19 either, probably.
No risk of COVID. You'll be able to isolate yourselves. If you want to build sets, you can build sets. It
is very true. Now, people are probably wondering why we're promoting this guy's film or promoting this GoFundMe. So,
we had nothing to do.
well, that's Mike's wise ass answer. But no, for real. For those who don't know, one of the biggest inspirations for Mike and I to become YouTubers was actually Matthew Thomas Provenzel and the rest of the cast he was a part of in the film series that he mentioned in the video, Stupid Mario Brothers. I don't know if anybody else has seen this other than Mike and I, but essentially what
Is this spelled STOOPID?
No, it's STUPID.
Okay, because I'm thinking of something I saw on Newgrounds way back in the day.
Yeah, no, not that Stupid Mario Brothers. Different Stupid Mario Brothers. And I believe it was just Stupid Mario, not Stupid. I think Stupid Mario.
Anyway,
stupid.
It's more the fact that Rich Alvarez, with a group of his friends, decided, fuck it, we have these Halloween costumes that we had from a couple years ago. Let's just film with it and see what happens.
And the weird thing is, it worked. That was a semi-popular series, like back in the YouTube days. Like I remember Mike and I used to watch the fuck out of it when we were kids. It was back in 2007 to 2000 and I think they ended the series in 2012. Actually, I say that, but then they continued it right up until 2014, I think, with the finale of Stupid Mario World and then Stupid Mario Brothers Legacy, which was another independent film, actually, by the way. But yeah,
it's been going on for quite some time and was kind of there, I guess you could say, at like almost the birth of YouTube.
Yeah, it was the birth of YouTube.
As one of those people having fun making something that is weird, and then attempting to make it serious.
Yeah, they did it. And they did it. Here's the weirdest thing. They did it so well. The weirdest thing too is their first series wasn't even Stupid Mario. It was a King Arthur series. If you know the Arthur series, it started with that on the Rich Alvarez channel. He then started working on Stupid Mario. He never ended up closing the King Arthur series he started, where he made up a whole character in the universe named Nox Decius, which is sinister as fuck sounding, and he turned into like a villain in that series, but they never really had proper closure. So he actually weaved that story into the Stupid Mario Brothers story, and it was like the first time I think Mike and I ever saw real like weaving in storytelling from different series. I think it was our first ever. It was definitely the first cross promotion that I ever seen, other than Super Mario Bros. Z with Mario and Sonic. That's the obvious one, but it was like something that you didn't think would work, but did. And I bring this series up in the case.
To be fair, on YouTube, the weird shit is usually the stuff that
gets popular. Yeah, 100%.
And will always be recommended just randomly.
Yeah, perfect example. Filthy Frank.
Yep, 100%.
That's not Frank. That's fucking meme, and that's A-class meme. That's garbage meme.
Greatest meme.
That is
right up there with that dude. That meme's right up there with the room. Okay. Anyway, can
you imagine Filthy Frank doing the room?
Oh my god. Anyway, all right, dude. We got a time crunch. Come on. All right. I bring
Crunch?
up Matt.
Crunch? I don't have a Nestle bar.
Shut up. I bring up Matt. I bring up this series because Matt was in it, and it actually infuriates me. It's actually kind of partly a rant, and not on him, but on Hollywood in general, because this guy could play any effing character you set his mind to, and the fact that fucking Hollywood and people in New York can't fucking see that is just brain dead. I'm sorry, they just are. I'm not trying to start drama. I'm just not, but that's how I feel. Like, and here's the reason. He played 2 characters in the stupid Mario Brothers series. He actually played a host of them, but there are 2 in particular he did so damn well. One was him playing Wario in the stupid Mario Brothers series. And he did great. He just had different points where one time, Wario, the typical goofball, and then he turned him into the most serious, badass character in part 2 of the stupid Mario Brothers movie. I couldn't believe, Wario was my favorite character in that entire series. And then...
Because he liked the Golden Compass, right?
Yeah. No.
Fuck Peter Jackson.
And then he played quite possibly the best live-action Ganondorf I've ever fucking seen.
Oh, yeah,
no bullshit. I have never seen a Ganondorf so masterfully interpreted than how Matt Provenzel was able to play him. Like, that was such a good Ganondorf.
However, my one criticism of that is that he's just too short.
Wait, what was it?
My one criticism of his Ganon, he was just too fucking short. It's so unsettling. It's not. It's one of those. You look at it as a kid, you're like, holy shit. You look at it now, you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
You and Flat Shoes would have been best friends for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. Probably. Although it still doesn't matter, man. Like, he did such a good job as that role. Honestly, as a character, there's no denying that he nailed the mannerisms of Ganon. He nailed them.
I would say that he more turned Ganon into a Bond villain.
Yes, but it's still, I still think he mastered the, like...
No, I'm not going to deny that factor. I'm just saying he played Ganon more of a Bond villain, which isn't a bad thing because Bond villains are some of the most iconic villains ever.
Yes. To me, that was...
Dr. No, Scaramanga. God.
Exactly.
Like,
God.
He gets killed by Mario. He gets killed by Mario because Mario ends up getting the Master Sword, because that's the one thing that can kill Ganon, right? And Mario says he stabbed the heart that wasn't there, and then Ganon, he as Ganon says, poetic, I guess. It's unexpected. And then he literally turned lifeless, like perfectly lifeless, before he could finish his sentence, before Mario then cuts him off and says, and deserved. You'd have to watch it for yourself to understand what I'm talking about, but that's why I'm promoting him, because I was watching him as a kid. Mike was watching him as a kid. We were like big fans of that series, and it's honestly a way for us to kind of pay it forward, because that guy deserves all the success in the world. So if you guys want to donate, the GoFundMe is down in the description. Please fund King's Blade. I would really appreciate it. I wish I could fund myself, trust me, because if I did, I'd give as much money as I possibly could to help this man.
I would like if you funded yourself, you piece of shit, constantly taking my fucking money for KFC. I don't think so. That's not happening anymore. You think that this is some type of gravy train that you get to be riding? I don't fucking think so, Mr. Yeet, man.
Well, it's funny you bring up fast food, because that's a perfect segue to our next discussion. Fast food.
I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. I totally forgot that was even in here.
Well, hey, it worked anyway. So, if you could tell, we are very, 3 out of the 4, because Nikos is a bit thinner than all of us. But
I'm still fat, though.
But we are all robust individuals. And why is that? It's because we are fat fucks who like fast food. So, we're going to have a debate. If you guys remember, I did say in the comment section, and at one point we did have a passing conversation over Chick-fil-A versus Popeyes, And I was thinking, maybe we should just have a fast food discussion for the lulz. So here we are. Now we actually have it as a topic. So I have three categories. I have three main categories, and then we can just rattle off fast food places we enjoy. First is burgers. Next will be chicken, and the final will be pizza places. So first the burgers, obviously, because that's like the most well-known one. Okay. Wendy's, Burger King, or McDonald's?
I got to give it up for Wendy's for their burgers.
Yeah, same. I think that's the obvious one for all of us, really, honestly.
Well, to me, I was always a Burger King type of guy.
You know, is
Wendy's. Wendy's. I haven't discovered that until later, but I really wish that there was a Wendy's near me that would have the after hours menu where they serve out these giant ass burgers.
Oh, I have not. They don't even exist in Quincy either. I wish.
I know.
I wish.
If they exist somewhere in Weymouth or close to Boston,
there's not even
change that.
There's not even a fucking Wendy's in Weymouth, and I'm so pissed.
I wish there was.
The nearest one.
Try to travel.
Wait, say that again, Mike.
It's a bitch to travel to either. You have to go all the way to Quincy, or you have to go all the way to fucking Marshfield.
Yeah.
Well, it's bullshit. That town doesn't deserve shit.
Well, actually, there is
that
one.
They go to school.
Actually, in fairness, there is one close to KC more than you would think. I think it's in Hanover. Pretty sure. There's also one in Whitman, I believe. But otherwise,
yes, there is, but that's still kind of a ways.
Yeah.
I want to be able to walk to a Wendy's. Damn it.
Yeah. Right.
Those fucking turtles moving closer to a goddamn beachhead.
So yeah, for me, Wendy's. So 3 Wendy's and then 1 Burger King. All right, chicken places.
Wait.
What the fuck? I said my choice, you piece of shit.
Yeah, what about Mike?
Because I know it's Wendy's.
Hey, listen, bro.
Here's Mike's answer.
Listen. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If there was a White Castle in Massachusetts, I'd be going to it.
White Castle.
I was just about to say, strange how no one's picked White Castle. Of course,
because
I've had White Castle.
Fuck their burgers. They're too friggin' small. Granted, nothing wrong with a slider every now and again, but if you want a burger, you want a fucking burger.
Yeah, burger.
You go to,
not even just that.
White Castle is one of those places that you're like, I don't want to eat a burger and a fry. I want to eat a bunch of burgers and a bunch of fries, and I want my fucking heart attack.
Dude, they taste. Dude, why though? Like I've had them just because they were edible, but fuck me, they taste like ass.
No. You're talking about the store bought. Those aren't White Castle.
No, I'm not talking.
No, they are not.
I'm talking about the ones in New York. I went to New York. They suck.
You're going to the wrong place.
You have to go to wait. Don't you have to go to New Jersey to get them?
You gotta go to New Jersey to go to the good one.
I think I went to New Jersey. I think that's the one we went to. It's still fucking trash.
I've never been to a White Castle, but because of that one Harold and Kumar movie, I've always wanted to go to New Jersey just to go to a White Castle.
You don't have to go to New Jersey. You can go to the one at fucking Castle Island. There is a White Castle.
Oh, I'm not. No. If I want to go anywhere to get a White Castle, I'd probably go to New Jersey. You know, I gotta be.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a disappointment. It was for me. I just ate them because that was the thing we had.
Hear me out. Nothing is better than Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Good.
Oh, how did I forget about
that? They do. They don't do takeout, and it doesn't matter that they don't do takeout.
No, they do takeout.
Well, you know what I mean. They don't have a drive-through.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't matter. It's still fucking great.
That shit doesn't matter. If you don't have a peanut allergy, which if you have a peanut allergy, I apologize for the statement I'm about to say, you weak-ass peanut fuck.
Damn.
The look on James's face. He's like, fucking excuse me?
Damn. Oh, damn.
The last time I went
to... of Michael X do not reflect the rest of the Indy Force.
Coward.
The last time I went to a Five Guys, the burger I had was undercooked, and the fries.
Okay,
were
which one?
just
Which
soggy.
one did you go to?
Oh God, it was the one in Braintree.
That's your problem. That's your problem.
Go to the one in Brockton.
Go to the one in Quincy, if nothing else. Go to the one in Quincy.
But that's next to Quincy College, though, and I don't want to go there.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you there. I don't blame you there. Which, by the way, hilarious story. You know that Five Guys in President's Place?
I think so, yeah.
It used to be a fucking Weight Watchers.
I am.
You were the chosen one.
Oh, they're watching the weight, all right.
Yeah, I watch my weight every time I go into a Five Guys. I look down at my stomach and I go, "You're gonna have a very terrible afternoon by the end of this."
I look at my stomach. I look at my stomach and I'm like, my liver gonna die tonight.
Hey, guys, just remember.
What happens every time? My reaction every time I open up my bottle of Jim Beam Maple.
Anyway, all right.
We're
next
all in
up.
shape. Round is a shape.
That does remind me of somebody sent us an email, which made me laugh my ass off. Going, of course the four fat fucks are talking about food because of course they're gonna be talking about food. Bitch, I will talk about whatever the fuck I want. If I want to talk about contraceptives for 15 minutes, I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
Yep. Well,
Magnum or Trojan.
Right now we're on food. So next up, chicken. You know what? Screw it. We don't. I'll name the 3 best chicken places, obviously, that are well known, and then we'll come up with other chicken places. I'm sure, like we did with the burgers. Chick-fil-A, KFC, or Popeyes.
It's Popeyes, no contest.
Yeah, for me it's Popeyes. Shut up, Dan. All right, hold on.
Chris,
So,
I think
round of
you found
applause to the peanut gallery.
I like Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich. I have now had it again, and I forgot how good it was, so that is definitely better than anything on the Popeyes menu. I just like Popeyes because the chicken still isn't bad, in my opinion, and the thing that puts it over Chick-fil-A is that they have more variety to me.
Well,
Not to mention, they may be a little bit more on the pricey side, but you get a fuck ton of food at Popeyes.
Yeah, fuck ton.
Hear me out here, boys. I'm not going to a fucking chicken place to make a sandwich that I can do at home and with about $20 in a fucking microwave.
Agreed. I can make that better at home.
Dude, we can spend $1 and get better sandwiches.
That is also.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Chick-fil-A sandwich is very good. I'm just saying you could, if you wanted to, get chicken and make the sandwich at home.
I will say this. Chick-fil-A does have a really good breakfast sandwich. They take a piece of their chicken, they throw an egg with it, a fried egg, and they put it in between 2 halves of a biscuit, which is actually pretty good.
Dad, we have a new thing to try for breakfast. I'll tell you later after the show. Okay. So.
Wait. I still haven't given my vote yet. For me, it's gonna be neither. For me as a chicken place. Now I'm gonna cheat here because yes, this place does offer chicken in their sandwiches, but well, it's actually not a sandwich. Euro City. They make some good-ass homemade chicken there.
You know what?
And you're going to be shit grease for like 2.5 days.
But it's still fucking good, though. Any chance I go to Boston, the first place I go is Euro City. Because they make good chicken.
To shit your pants for 2.5 days?
Hey, worth it. Because, hey, there's not a Chick-fil-A near me.
There's one in Hanover now.
Why go to Hanover? We can just go to Boston, which is like not that far.
Yes, like a fucking idiot. Let's go 2 or 3 times the distance to get a chicken sandwich.
Well, I mean, it also depends on where you're coming from, I guess, because we travel a lot. So
how often? No, hear me out. How often are you sitting at home going, "Damn, I want to pay bus fare in order to get a chicken sandwich"?
I mean, a lot actually. I have that internal
Well, when you put it
all
like
the
that-
time. It's either I spend
See
more
what I
money to
mean?
get fatter, or I spend less money to get less fat.
Listen, I'll say it right now. No, when it comes to a chicken place, it's always going to be KFC for me. No matter how fucking bad it is, because it's one of the big creative sources for fucking everything that we've done.
Yeah,
When it
there's a
comes-
lot
You know
of
what?
variety.
You're not fucking wrong. WIW born in a KFC. My initiation into WIW in that same fucking KFC.
Yep.
Hell, my character creation was thought up
in a
at a KFC.
KFC.
We had Mike and I had a booking session in a KFC.
Multiple booking sessions in different KFCs
Dude,
across.
that's gonna be our sanctuary. That's where we're gonna be dead and buried, is under the KFC in Weymouth.
Thank you, Colonel Sanders.
Thanks for telling me your secret recipes in Kentucky, you fuck. Anyway,
Fucking idiot.
let's go. Let's talk pizza now. So, there's a lot of pizza places.
Oh, there's a fuck ton of pizza places.
But I think I'm gonna go with the 3 most well-known worldwide, and then we'll talk about. Actually, I'll cheat and go 4 because I'm also gonna put a New England one there.
Papa Gino's.
Little Caesars, Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa Gino's.
Okay,
And
first,
I guess
Domino's
Papa John's.
will fuck themselves because they take
Yeah,
the
Domino's-
longest delivery
Yeah.
service I've ever seen.
Actually, the one in Weymouth has gotten a lot better.
Oh
And
yeah, I
actually-
agree.
And I actually,
I'm
there is a
putting it
pizza
out.
there that is better than any other pizza I've had, fast food wise. It's their pan pizza. That's the pizza you want. The regular pizza is fucking dog shit. The pan pizza is where it's at.
This is
I offer a
Jim's
rebuttal.
in Japan.
Go, rebuttal.
So my preferred pizza place is none of the ones you chose.
Yeah.
It's actually Gusto's Pizza up in Weymouth.
Wait, is that the one near the teen center?
Yes.
Oh,
They
you
make
disappoint
Alright.
me.
yes.
Jim, do you know how many
I've
pizza
heard
places
some
are
bad
right next
marks
to
about this
local-
place, but they make some pretty damn good fucking pizza.
I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I get. You'd have to eat it. Yeah, that's if you eat it hot.
Yeah.
That's when it gets cold. It's the shits, dude.
I'm sorry to say it, but I'm gonna choose neither of those options as well because I know one place that's fucking super good.
Oh.
And you can eat that shit cold and it's still super good.
Oh. Would that be
I
the
have a
phones?
feeling I know.
Joseph's Bakery, son. A fucking
Ah,
bakery.
damn it! How do we forget? Yes, in Boston.
Oh,
So-
that's why I never heard it.
Yeah, it's the best.
You're spending too much time. You're spending too much time in the Euro place. You never think to check out the pizza place.
Yeah, because I don't know where it is in Boston.
No, it's in South Boston because James is an idiot and keeps fucking thinking.
How do
oh,
we
it's
forget
awful.
about? You know what?
How have I not seen this place? I go to South Boston all the time.
Since
Dude,
we're
it's
actually
super good. Like I'm talking about, like okay, St. Patrick's Day. Putting in an example, you're fucking plastered. That pizza is so legit, it's not even funny.
how about since we're talking about pizza place, how the hell we forget about Pizzeria Regina?
No, we're
Thank
talking
you,
about.
thank you, James. Thank you for bringing them up.
No, that's true. But
I'd have to put them as a solid number 3.
Hold on. I gotta put this in perspective. That is a pizza that's so fucking good, dude, that if you have a hangover, that's the hangover pizza. That's like, life isn't terrible.
I actually might have a shot at not hating myself in the morning.
I might of not wanting to die instantaneously because my stomach has consumed so much liquor that I
If
can't.
if we had to pick the 4 places so we don't confuse people on locals, what do we pick out of those 4?
I gotta
to
go
me, Papa Gino's.
Yeah.
I would go if it's just regular pizza, Little Caesars. If it's pan pizza, Domino's. Those are my 2. If I had to pick, those are like my favorites.
If I'm picking a top 3, it's number 3 Pizzeria Regina, number 2 either Poopsie's or the Brew House in Braintree. It's pub pizza. It's pretty much the same thing. And
Pretty good.
yeah, and number 1 is probably Papa Gino's.
Yeah. You know what? Pizza Papa Gino's is really good. The one near Gary's house. That one is fucking
When they-
great.
There's a
when they
there's a
hook
Papa
James-
Gino. There's a Papa Gino's near your uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we got the pizza from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right too. I thought he ordered from somewhere else. I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah, but yeah, that would probably be the best.
Mental problem. Don't worry about it. but yeah, if you're talking about like any good pizza place, it's like obviously the local places are going to be the best because those are the ones I like.
Yeah, always.
Like Joseph's, Capone's, Louis, Brothers, Napoli's.
Yeah.
Actually, Napoli is not Massachusetts specific.
Really?
I don't.
Yeah, I
look
was shocked to find that out myself, but yeah, they're all over New England now.
The Joseph's Pizzeria in Hull is damn good.
I have not had that. I wish I did.
It's so good, man. You're missing out.
I'll check that out. We could continue talking about food all day, but if we keep doing that, then we're never going to get to the other topics. Besides, we got a whole bunch of shit we got to eat with record labels anyway. Speaking of that, Gucci Mane, who if you don't know is a rapper, so I heard, is threatening to leave Atlantic Records yet again.
Does he come in a Reese's peanut butter, or is he like a Kit Kat style?
Oh,
from the look of his attire, probably Kit Kat's attire.
Yeah, it's definitely Kit Kat.
I don't know, but Takeshi 6699 is totally Skittles.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, so I'll read this article. Nikos, you'll read the second one. Yeah, this article is titled "Gucci Mane threatens to leave Atlantic Records again," posted by Justin Ivy.
To the shock of nobody.
Well, I'll agree. I'm still going to be on his side, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Because obviously we've had our issues with fucking record labels.
James really likes the underdog story.
Yeah. So Gucci Mane is once again.
Except this isn't an underdog. Except this isn't an underdog. This is a bitch.
Oh wow.
Fair.
All right. So Gucci Mane is once again teasing his departure from Atlantic Records. The influential trap rapper. Of course, yeah. Again, as much as I don't like him, I'll explain why I'm on his side in a minute. The influential trap rapper wandered aloud. That's a weird way of saying talked. About leaving the label via Twitter on Thursday, June 25th. Should I renew my contract with Atlantic Records, or should I go independent? Big press conference, July 3rd. Who should do interviews? He asked. Earlier this month, Gucci indicated that he would leave Atlantic on July 3rd. In a since deleted tweet, he also called the label polite racist. You know what? He's not actually wrong. There are stories where they have been closet racists in the past. Leaving hashtag Atlantic Records July. Well, he says, leaving hashtag Atlantic Records July 3rd, these crackers polite racists, hashtag solstice summer. I have no idea what that is. Probably some slang term.
I'm sorry. I'll say it right now. If you're working for any business or any job, and they're being racist pieces of shit,
Get the fuck out.
Just leave. If you're fucking, don't be a little bitch boy and take it up the ass. Just fucking straight up look at them in the face and go, I have an aluminum base bat in my trunk, and I can become a very good dentist in about 4 seconds. I'll make sure you have a couple impacted molars and also broken molars.
Anyway, continuing. July 3rd is the release date of Gucci's new album, So Icy Summer. Oh, okay. Although his latest tweet makes it seem like he might stay with Atlantic, a Twitter post a day prior suggests he's embarking on a new venture. So Icy Summer, name of my album dropping July 3rd, announcing my new situation, he declared on Wednesday, June 24th. Gucci dropped his last project, East Atlanta Santa 3, in December. His most recent single, Still Remember, featuring Pooh Shiesty, what the fuck is that name, was released via Atlantic on June 19th. All right, so I guess whoever that is got released. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the article. Now, Here's the reason I'm on Gucci's side. While I'm not necessarily a fan of trap music, the reason why I want him to do what he's been trying to do for the longest time. And I know a lot of people are saying, just leave, just leave, just leave. It's not that simple, especially when you're locked in a fucking contract. This is why I hate record label companies so fucking much. I can't stand them. But if a guy like Gucci Mane, who has made a ton of money doing what he's done, ends up leaving, that's going to send a huge statement to these freaking record labels, especially to the ones doing false DMCA takedowns that keep freaking copyright claiming people's videos, which segues into the next topic I want to talk about. This is why I brought that up. Grade A, under A. So Grade, for those who don't know, is kind of like a comedic satire YouTube channel. Occasionally he'll talk about some serious stuff, but he'll do it in a very comedical way. He's much like Jon Stewart in that regard. So we'll go.
Never thought I would hear that today. That Grade A, under A is fucking the equivalent of Jon Stewart.
Yes. Well, so now I want to say this to Grade. We are not going to be reacting to the whole video, Grade. I know you have problems with that. We are going to react to a specific clip of the video. This is why I want to read that.
Problems, let's go teach some kids.
Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna go. I believe it's right here. Okay. I'm trying to find out where this whole thing starts, so I might have to cut here. There it is. It starts right here. Okay. So, right here is the amount of earnings that he shows. So this is his YouTube analytics, right? So he's got almost 23.6 million, which is almost the entire population of Australia in terms of that. And that's 26 million views, I think, in the last 90 days, according to this, which is not bad for a YouTuber who doesn't post freaking daily, by the way. And this is how much he gets.
You say so myself. I made a grand total of... But you made loads, Grade. Australia's fucking massive. Not even 900 quid. What the fuck? Mate, you see, I'm getting fucked. I'm getting robbed blind, I am, right? And do you know why? Do you know why I'm getting fucked like this? Hard. With a cactus and no Vaseline. Do you know what the core reason is for this happening? Because of that bastard song that I use at the end of my videos. No, stop, no! What are you doing, mate? Don't play any more of that, idiot. Seriously, I just want to point out how stupid that is, right? My use of 7 seconds of a song, again, 7 seconds, has basically made my YouTube channel belong to someone else. Sorry, right? But that's retarded. This level of abuse of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act law, whatever the fuck it is, right, which is the cause of this, is fucking retarded. And fuck the record companies that abuse this stupid law. Bunch of cunts. Well, musicians put a lot of hard work into their music, Grade, and they deserve to be paid for it. Deserve to be paid what? Every fucking penny I make. That's a reasonable amount, is it? Seriously, why do musicians get their work regarded so fucking highly when it comes to copyright issues, right? That a few seconds of their work is worth more than anything a YouTuber does. Like all the things that go into making a video for me, right? All the thought and research and writing and fine-tuning and animating and editing that I put into my videos for years, right? Which I do myself, by the way. Yeah, fuck 'em. That 7-second snippet that I put at the end of my videos, right? After all the funny bits are finished, is of infinitely more value. Cause that's what people watch my videos for, isn't it? The fucking outro. I owe all my success to that shitty little snippet of yours. Thank you so much. So yeah, take all of my money, mate. Well deserved. Take every penny. Why don't you? That's not ridiculous, is it? That's reasonable, isn't it? You fucking cunt thieves.
Oh my god.
That is a very angry Britishman.
Yeah, well, no shit, he's getting fucked. Can you blame him?
I mean, to be fair, like 100% fair, That's why I think the whole DMCA thing's fucking retarded to begin with. I can understand if it's, if it's the whole song, or at least
it's not. It's 7 seconds.
7 seconds does not mean shit because that beat could be created in less than about half an hour on fucking Audacity.
Yeah, I can. If you have the skill set,
so easy. It
doesn't even matter. Even if you did create it, all it is free promotion. So, and by the way, and this is why I also have a problem. Any song that you use, it doesn't matter how long you use it for. If your video is infinitely longer than that snippet of the song, that falls under fair use. That's the problem here that we live with nowadays.
Originally, fair use is about 30 seconds.
Yeah, originally fair use is about 30 seconds, and now that's completely out the window.
So where does the fair use line go anymore?
Exactly.
To begin with anyway? Because I have no problem contacting every single fucking band in person, which we kind of did for WIW.
No, but you have to contact the record label now too, because now they don't even own their own song. Which, by the way, brings me back to the Gucci Mane thing. This is how this ties in, by the way. If a guy like Gucci Mane leaves Atlantic Records, that's going to send a huge statement to these fucks that take the artist's song, make it their own, then remove it from other people's songs in order to get more money, more profit, and fuck the creator because they want more money. I swear the people who abuse the DMCA are literally just the EA Sports of the music industry. People like that.
That's a very high regard because EA Sports is what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to fucking garbage.
Yes. So
listen, I'll say it right now. If you're a music producer, individual that works in the music industry, if you're a talent or somebody that is just a music mixer or anything of that equation, do everybody a favor and just sit there and say, I don't give a fuck who uses my shit.
Yeah, that's honestly.
Care.
And here's another thing. Here's the worst part about that, Mike. And I know I'm bringing this guy up again, but this actually kind of builds to my point on the whole Gucci Mane story. Gucci, if you want to become independent, you can do it in this market, especially on YouTube. KSI, you know what happened to him with his song Lamborghini? Doesn't own it anymore. His most popular fucking video, most popular music video of all time, he doesn't even own anymore because of the fucking record labels. Took that fucking song and fucking raped him of it.
And that's where this conversation really should begin anyway and should end, is when does the artist have the right to keep their music? Because I'll say this right now, the record company did fucking jack shit when it comes to creating that music. Yeah, I can understand if you sat there and it's like, oh, well, I had to contact the company Ghostwriter and I had to do all this other stuff. And they created the beat. They pretty much made it. I just wrote the lyrics. Then I could sit there and say, okay, maybe they have some actual clause in there.
Yep.
Well, if you're fucking sitting there I'll give a better example. Let's say it's Dr. Dre, right? The guy who pretty much writes every beat that he can, does his own lyrical structure, is a mixer himself. Yep. If Dre has the record company coming after them saying, we own the entire album of fucking Chronic 2001. Sure you do. Sure you do. Just because it's under your record company and label does not mean you own the record.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's so dumb.
Now that also goes a part of one other thing, which is, I could give the example of a actual record label / company owning a song. Did you guys know that you can't sing the song Happy Birthday?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Because it's owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
really?
Because Warner Music sucks. You hear me? They suck.
Why am I not shocked at this?
Yeah, they like that song's like super old, and they still own it, and they own the rights to it. So anytime that you hear people in any fucking animated whatever or even live, they have to pay Warner Brothers every single time that they sing that song.
Yeah,
and it's like, That's fucked up.
Yeah,
Because that should
it's
because that should be completely under the fair use clause because it's a song you sing your fucking kid
yep.
at their birthday. Give shit.
Here, in conclusion, with these two topics merged into one, pretty much. Gucci, straight up leave Atlantic Records because you make some fucking noise in the music scene if you did that. Straight up, seriously, fucking leave them. KSI did it. He's not making as much money, but he's definitely a lot happier now that he owns 100% of his songs since New Age came out.
And honestly, I think we can say this to all musical groups. If you're in a contract, tear that shit to pieces and lawyer the fuck up.
Yes, straight up. I would. A lot of people in the music scene should really lawyer up and maybe even make a fucking whole suit. Like a whole combined suit and shit. That being said,
I think that's called a class action suit. I might be wrong.
Class action lawsuit. Yep. You get that going, and hopefully you can help guys on top of that. Once you get that done, and at least you'll have creative control of what music you have. And at the end of the day, hopefully this stops. If you actually go through with this, Gucci. People like Grade A Under A and other content creators on Twitch that we've mentioned in the past and YouTube stop getting fucked by the DCMA because of 7 seconds of music. Speaking of music, Rammstein, the drummer, was in an 80s East Germany band with 2 East Berlin spies. Oh boy, we have not read this story yet. This is a full raw reaction, Nikos, if you would.
Well, before we even start, I can give my full raw reaction. So the Rammstein drummer was in an 80s East Germany band in an East Germany band in the 80s with 2 East Berlin spies. We're supposed to give a fuck about this in 2020 because
I just think
because it's Rammstein.
It's Rammstein. Yeah, come on. Rammstein's the shit.
I mean, yeah, it's great. It's great for like a trivia night or whatever, but in the long run,
I think it's just interesting. I think it's just.
I mean, I don't doubt it would be interesting, but in the long run, it would change what exactly?
Oh, nothing. We just.
All right,
absolutely nothing.
All right then.
Not everything.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Not everything we talk about, Casey, has to be something change. By the way, Nikos, don't read all of it. I would read. Just read right up until See Rem Time and 6/6 Metal Songs of 2019. So yeah, I think that's where it ends anyway. But anyway, continue.
So the article is called "Rammstein Drummer Was in 80s East Germany Band with 2 Spies." Published by Joe DeVita on June 26 on the Loudwire.com website. Drummer Christoph Doom Schneider's music history predates Rammstein. Before the Berlin Wall came down in Germany, he was part of the underground music scene in the late 80s and even shared a band with 2 government spies. Recollecting the major events in his life that led him down the path of music, Schneider told Metal Hammer about what it was like to perform music in East Germany. To quote from him, "In the East, we had professional bands which had all studied music and had official permission to play music. They were allowed to work as professionals and they had the right to charge money for their shows," he said, describing a hierarchy in place for live performance of music. The drummer continued, "If you were an amateur, you had to be classified at a certain level. There were 3 levels, and I reached the first one. I had a certificate which allowed me to charge 4 Deutschmark per hour when I played a concert. Without this certificate, it was illegal to play gigs, and you weren't allowed to make contact with promoters without one. This wasn't a preferred system for aspiring musicians, but there was no alternative. People accepted this because they had to," lamented Schneider. Further describing the process, he went on, "To get your certificate, you had to play in front of a commission, like a jury, who decided if you had the right songs, You were only allowed to play 40% cover versions in your set. The rest had to be your own music. That rule, however, had a benefit to bands, as Schneider explained. Actually, it wasn't that bad an idea, because bands had to come up with their own stuff. So there were a lot of interesting bands at that time. Speaking more specifically, Schneider looked back on his first proper band, Die Firma, translation, The Firm, who subverted laws with their lyrical aim. Die Firma was like a new wave punk band, explained the drummer, who noted, the style was a little dark with gothic influences. We had lyrics that protested against the system. This was not permanent, of course. We were an underground band. Schneider's future bandmates were circling the same scene, and he elaborated, all the other Rammstein guys were in underground bands too. We used to play in small clubs with all kinds of fans, freaks, goths, punks. Even in the underground, government oversight was unavoidable. The government had their people everywhere, though. Secret Service spies, the drummer recalled. What was funny was that I couldn't imagine any harder band than mine at the time, Schneider confessed, and then revealed. And we had two people actually in the band who were spies, the singer and the keyboard player. Ha ha, incredible. He did go on to clarify that they were not part of the Secret Service, however, and stated, they weren't professionals. They were hired spies who received a little payment and every once in a while had to report about the music scene. Rammstein were originally slated to embark on a North American stadium tour this summer, but the coronavirus pandemic has forced the band to postpone those dates. Their European tour was also impacted, and that run has already been rescheduled for 2021. The tour is in support of last year's Untitled album, which dominated charts worldwide.
Well, that must have been scary when he first found out, but now it seems like he's just kind of joking about it. But I don't know, man. In East Germany, and he's joking about it?
I'm just glad they weren't, like, official spies. Otherwise,
they'd be fucked.
It would have been a wrap.
Put this in perspective, okay? Put this in a very specific pocket of when he would have been doing his underground stuff. Yes. That would have been during the Berlin Wall, I want to say.
Yeah, that was during that time.
It's not uncommon for that to happen, honestly.
No, it's not. I'm just saying, holy shit, the fact that he had two spies in his band, that had to have fucking made him shit bricks before. You know, obviously now he jokes around about it, but fuck.
I mean, to be fair, it's
time.
One of those things of communism being stupid and going, we need to know what's going on with the music scene in fucking...
Which, by the way, is exactly why communism will never work anywhere in the world. Ever. Anyway, I digress. But, yeah. That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, glad you're safe, because without you, there'd be no Rammstein, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm gonna get some flack for this. But a drummer is a drummer, and a drummer can be replaced. The vocalist, however, the meat and potatoes of your shit, kind of can't be. It's not a lot of bands can survive after.
That is true. I mean, hey, did you know that in the Beatles, Ringo was not the original drummer of the Beatles?
Yeah.
There was a guy named
Pete Best.
Thank you. Yes.
And they named a street after him. Like, that was going to make up for the millions of dollars and pounds.
Hey, listen, at least he has a street. You know what I mean?
What's it called? You Got Stewart Boulevard?
Nice.
Fuck by the Beatles?
Well. Speaking of gigs getting fucked, why don't we talk about the Simpsons here? We actually have a Simpsons story. So the Simpsons will no longer have white actors voice act characters of color.
No. I need to pause you there. Simpsons. The Simpsons. You're fucking saying as the Simpsons. Stop.
Simpsons.
Anyway. The Simpsons.
Let's Casey, do you want to read this one?
Give me a sec.
Okay. Go ahead and read this. But yeah, it's crazy. First up, before Casey starts, why can't black people voice act white people and white people voice act black people? Isn't the whole point of these protests going on in the world are trying to make us, the human race, one race? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I have proof of a black man voicing a white man.
Phil Lamar.
I had a better one, but what do you mean Bill Lamar was a white guy?
Samurai Jack, dude.
Samurai Jack's Japanese, dumbass.
Yeah, that's not white, dude.
He was Japanese, you fuck.
He's Asian.
He was white. What? Wait, how many white people do you see in Japan? Okay, besides nowadays. Okay, besides
exactly.
maybe.
I mean, who cares? Who cares? Look, we're all with the whole point.
Hang on.
How about we stop segregating certain roles for certain people, especially if they've been doing the roles for ages? Anyway, Casey,
I got the answer then, good sir. Darth Vader.
What?
Darth Vader. Black man voicing a white guy.
Yeah, black guy voicing a white guy.
Very true, actually. Anyway,
about famous black guys voicing.
Casey, go.
Damn.
Go, Casey.
Dude, I just looked at this article. I can't read this. This is bullshit to me.
If you want, I can read it. It's fine.
Please do. I can't let this escape my mouth.
How much cancer amongst the cancer scale, Casey, is it?
Okay. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Hold on. I know exactly what he's talking about now. I'll just read this part, Nikos. Well, I'll have you read the next one. Actually, I'll have Casey read the next article that in the second break.
Okay.
Earlier this year, The Simpsons actor Hank Azaria, who is white, said he would no longer voice Hapu following years of criticism surrounding the show's portrayal of Indian American convenience store owners. What?
Hasn't been doing that for years, though?
Yes!
For 20 years!
Yes! Oh, come on, people. I hate cancel culture. Can I say that?
I like
Can they die in a fire?
I hate when garbage cancer culture exists.
Dude, it's fucking... This pissed me off. Also on Friday, Family Guy writer, producer Mark Henry said he'd be parting ways with his character on the animated Fox series.
Wait.
He's stepping away from Cleveland?
Yeah, Mike Henry,
the
guy
fuck?
who played as Cleveland in Family Guy and in the Cleveland Show, is stepping down from his role. And
that's fucked. That's so dumb.
Listen,
well, I mean, there are people that can do the Cleveland voice. Hey, Azers, you have an opening. Go for it.
But hear me out. Who cares what your race is? It's a fucking cartoon.
Dude, the whole reason we got...
I
gotta say this. The whole reason we got into this mess that we're in the first place is because of segregation. It's because of putting people in certain races. Oh, we got to voice act a certain black character. We got to voice act a certain white character if I'm white. We got to if I'm Asian, I got to voice act an Asian character. That's how we got in this mess to begin with, you fucking dunce. Are you kidding me?
Hey, hear me out. That's dumb.
So
okay, so I want to apologize for going super hard in that factor, at least when it comes to that. But that's just stupid fucking thinking.
Absolutely fucking retarded. You know what? You know what? I gotta do it. I'm hitting the button. Fuck this topic. Let's go to commercial break.
Yes, I will at least, since we did read some of it. The article, if you want to read the full thing, will be in the fucking description, okay?
I don't know why you want this kind of cancer in your life.
Yeah.
Dude, wait, it's fucked up. James, you know what that means? You can't voice Joanna anymore.
Yeah, well, fuck you. I'm gonna do it.
According to this article, you can't voice Joanna. Joanna needs to voice Joanna.
I don't care.
Joanna doesn't have the time to do it, so we're going to have to find somebody who is African American specifically to play as an African American character. Does that also mean that I can't voice almost the entirety of the cast of characters that I voice? Because
apparently you're not a Westerner. That means Adam Page can't be Adam Page anymore. He can't be the Hangman. Fucking morons. By the way, McKenna Alio wrote that article. Yeah, fuck this. We're going to commercial break.
Yeah.
I'll end with this. Fuck cancel culture.
But then he ended up joining WCW and the Alliance. Because when people think WCW, they think of the guy that basically helped WWF win the war, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Eric Bischoff, Uncle Bischoff, doesn't like his nephew Eugene. And we got Coach in Ohio, sporting Michigan-colored you, fucker. That pissed me off.
Don't even get me started on Tony Storm crying. Oh, she cried. And the glass shatters. He opens the door. And off we go. Brawl ensues. They go all the way towards the Dipping Dots section where Cody dumps his Jericho's head in the Dipping Dots.
Next was Best Friends getting interviewed. And
somewhere Jim Cornette had a conniption fit. I got a ticket! I got a ticket!
Get out of here!
You don't mess
Get
with
out of here!
I have a ticket!
And literally, security and the police escort the Nightmare family off the premises.
MJF says, how you looking now, midlife, Chris?
To get by, cause I keep ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me.
A Table from Hell with the Psycho Asylum. An Iron Man match of factorial proportions. Man.
In this fight, I will melt you down to slag.
Versus Machine.
I calculate a 0.85% chance that you will win in your current condition.
All Metal Mayhem. Colleen Horizon.
When you throw me into the wolves, I will return leading the pack.
Vera McGarden.
I'll do anything to be the warrior on top.
For the Athena title, best friends turned bitter rivals. Johnny Star.
Don't get in the way of the star or you'll get burned.
James, the Archangel.
I'm the real star of this brand.
For the international title, the Outsider, Mark Young. The Executioner, Michael X. For the WYW World Heavyweight title. 2 out of 3 fall.
Inside.
In a hell in a cell. WYW Immortal. Now available on YouTube.
And we're back after that fucking headache. Now we get to talk about some fun shit. We're gonna rapid fire this because we have very, very little time to waste here. For whatever reason, the fucking card for AEW Fighter Fest isn't there, but that's okay. I'm gonna get that up right now. Fighter Fest 2020 card. So let's get this going. We're going to predict really, really quickly. Right now, this is going to be in post-edit, but we will be on the smaller end right here. Noah is going to give me his predictions card, and it's going to be right here. So everybody's predictions will be above us or like to the upper left of us or upper right, wherever I decide to put it. So,
you'll see it. You'll see it in the final video.
Yeah,
just let's go.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, hold on. God fucking damn it! They gave me the wrong fucking article.
Son of a bitch!
Stupid bitch.
Fuck! God damn it!
Alright, start time. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so night 1 first. AEW TNT Championship. Cody Rhodes versus Jake Hager. Mike, quick answer. Cody or Jake?
Cody Rhodes.
Yep,
Cody.
same.
Done.
Who else votes Cody Rhodes?
Me.
Who else votes Cody Rhodes? Nikos, I'm sure. All right, so everybody votes Cody Rhodes. AEW World Tag Team Championships. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus the Best Friends. Kenny Omega and Page. They're not losing the titles this soon.
Wait, how long have they had the belts?
They have held the belts since Revolution. And
Okay, then, yeah. Still a little bit too early.
Yep.
Page
Actually,
and Omega.
they've held them before Revolution. I think at Bash at the Beach, their last special. But this is their newest special. So, yeah, no. It's still too early. So everybody agrees Hangman, Page, and Omega?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida versus Penelope Ford. Shida's winning that, no question.
Oh, Shida, absolutely.
Shida.
Shida, all the way.
I'll agree with that.
I was gonna say maybe Penelope because I feel like Kip is gonna do some fuck shit, but I don't think that'll happen. So I'm gonna say Shida.
Even if he does fuck shit, it's not gonna influence the match too much.
Yeah.
Especially if Ricky Starks is in the corner of Hikaru, which could happen. Jurassic Express versus MJF and Wardlow. I got MJF and Wardlow.
I agree.
So everybody agrees with that. There we go.
Oh god. Yeah.
I would play it safe, Nikos.
Yeah, I probably would say MJF and Wardlow.
Yeah.
Mike?
So, Mike, what do you got?
What was the question? Sorry, I had to answer something really quick.
MJF and Wardlow versus Jurassic Express. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the dinosaurs.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck that. You know what?
Nikos, I'm telling no, stand down. I am doing you a favor. They're not winning.
I made
they're not going to
I would
win.
never vote against the dinosaur.
You can't. It's too strong.
Okay. Well, championship for me then. Championship for me or Casey?
I hope James is wrong, so that way you can sit there and say, "Oh, championship for James, huh? Go fuck yourself."
All right, Private Party versus Santana and Ortiz. Santana and Ortiz need a win, no fucking question.
Agreed.
Who are they fighting?
They need a fucking win.
Who are they fighting?
Private Party with Matt Hardy.
Proud and powerful, all the way.
Yeah, I would say Santana Ortiz.
Yeah, they have to win. They've lost too much.
Agreed.
They need a win. So everybody agrees with that. Okay, yep. Night two. I'm gonna go up as opposed to down. Nyla Rose versus To Be Determined. So this is a mystery pick. I am actually gonna go with Nyla Rose losing to whoever the mystery opponent is. Who else agrees with that?
I agree.
So Casey agrees. What about you, Nikos?
Wait, do we know who the mystery opponent is?
No, but we're gonna just say they win. We can then pick who the mystery opponent is going to be and it will be for an extra 2 points if we get it right, which will pretty much guarantee us a win.
I'm hoping it's Tessa Blanchard. I am hoping and praying it's Tessa Blanchard.
For me,
I'll vote for mystery person.
Who do you think mystery person is going to be?
Yeah, probably Tessa Blanchard.
I'm gonna go left field here. I'm gonna say it's gonna be somebody none of us are gonna be expecting. I'm gonna say Chris Cyborg.
Really?
Yeah.
I
don't think she's gonna be having another fight with Amanda Nunes anytime soon.
Honestly, I thought you were gonna say Taya Valkyrie, but whatever.
Is she released yet?
I'm not sure.
I know Tessa was. Which we'll get to, but nah, I'm gonna go with Chris. What about you, Mike?
Who's the chick with the fucking two different eyes? Two different eye
fuck, what's her name? Abaddon.
Oh god,
Abaddon.
That's my choice because honestly, with her design and everything else, giving her the title right off the bat,
you're picking mystery person to win regardless, right?
Yeah, either way, that's just my guess for who the mystery person is.
Cool. All right, next. Okay, Lance Archer versus Joey Janela. Archer all day.
Archer.
There's no question. Archer's beating the piss out of Joey Janela. I think we can all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Murder Hawk every day.
Mike, you agree with that?
Agree.
Archer.
Just agree. Go. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Brody Lee, Stu Grayson, and Colt Cabana versus SCU.
SCU.
Dark Order.
I'm going with Dark Order. Yeah.
I'm gonna go SCU.
Yeah, two SCU, two. Yeah. Okay.
There we go. FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, and the Young Bucks versus the Butcher and the Blade and the Lucha Brothers.
Ooh, that'd be a fun
Butcher and the
match.
Blade with Lucha Brothers and Butcher and Blade.
Yeah, same. I'm actually going to go with them as well.
I agree.
Same.
Lucha Brothers, and Butcher and Blade need some momentum.
And not to mention the fact that the best way to build to the feud is to have FTR lose because the Young Bucks get pinned, and that's what really sparks that rivalry between FTR and the Young Bucks. So yeah,
there you go.
Which has been a dream feud ever since the Revival were a thing.
Yeah, very much. Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. Shockingly, the best build out of everything, because Orange Cassidy looked like a badass last week on Dynamite.
Here's your answer. Jericho's going to win because he can do heel bullshit.
I'm going to go with...
He's got heel bullshit that he can throw out. Dude,
I'm gonna go with Cassidy. I'm gonna go with Cassidy.
That's fair.
Funnily enough, I'm also gonna go with Cassidy because he just doesn't give a fuck about the heel bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
Well, considering the fact that after Jericho broke Orange Cassidy's glasses and beat the absolute shit out of him and looked like a badass doing it, then yeah, I think Orange Cassidy is gonna win. Honestly.
Wait. Jericho broke his glasses?
Jericho broke Orange Cassidy's glasses. And
okay, never mind.
Cassidy unleashed on him. Like, it was one of the best beatdown scenes, like, single beatdown scenes I've seen in a long time.
Never mind. I'm going to have to change my vote because now he has Super Saiyan reasons. He's got dumb, stupid bullshit.
No. He's got this reason. Those were $500 sunglasses, you asshole.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, Nikos, you're the last one. Who do you got? Cassidy or Jericho? And you gotta be quick. God damn it! No, get the fuck back here. Hey, listen, I know you. Yeah, exactly. I know you still have your earpods on when you transition out of here, motherfucker. Oh my god.
Tails.
You got a
Orange Cassidy. Heads. Jericho.
All right, go.
Actually, you know what? Let me do it again. This time.
Oh my god!
Now?
Hurry up!
You fuck like you fucking flip a coin like grandmothers fuck. Just hurry up already.
I'm gonna kill him when I see him next.
Wait, what did I say was Tails?
Orange Cassidy. There you go. There's your answer.
All right, Orange Cassidy.
There you go. There's your fucking answer.
There we go. Orange Cassidy.
I swear to God, if I'm right, because Jericho literally has an entire armada of bullshit he can throw at him, then I'm gonna sit there and say I won either way.
All right, so if this match happens, I believe they said the match is happening. I believe they said this match is still happening, despite WWE fucking it up. We'll cover that in another episode, or I'll cover it on the Jay Ebert side. John Moxley versus Brian Cage. I believe this is now going to be an empty arena if they do it. I'm going John Moxley to retain because of that.
I am also going John Moxley.
Moxley has to. He has the most clout right now in the company.
Yeah.
He has.
What about you, Nikos? No, don't fuck off. Fuck off.
All right, Moxley.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do admire Brian Cage. Just Moxley's. I don't know why. I just need him to keep that streak going.
Dude, he's fucking great. I told you guys.
Dude, he's almost a year undefeated.
Dude, he's legit.
And they're gonna want to keep it going, so that way, here's my guess: he's fighting Punk at some point.
Oh,
dude, if Punk comes in, we'll see.
Oh, I
understand why you're saying that because Backstage got canceled, but still.
I'm putting it out there because of the fact that if he holds it as long as Punk did, Punk has a reason to go into AEW and wrestle. To fucking fight Moxley, to go one-on-one.
All right, we're gonna make this quick. So Tessa Blanchard, for those who don't know, this kind of relates to AEW in a way, and it also kind of relates to NXT because Impact. Because I'm sorry, I guess they're dumb shits, really. And people are like, "Oh, this is the return on investment after they defended Tessa from all those allegations and blah 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 from the cancel culture bullshit." And I'm like. Yeah, but it's still business at the end of the day. A global pandemic hit, and they expected her to come in during a pandemic when, by the way, her contract was up on June 30th, and they still gave the title to the person whose contract was expiring in 6 months. I'm
That
sorry.
Is
Impact's the fucking blame here for losing the greatest female wrestler that anyone's seen in the last fucking since Asuka probably. That's on them. That's on them. I'm sorry, guys. That's on them. You can't blame Tessa for not wanting to work in these freaking times right now. And everybody's like, well, she could have sent in promos like they requested. Yeah, but the promos were probably for the potential program they wanted her to come in for, which is probably why light dawns on Marblehead, she didn't want to do them.
I mean, to be honest, if I was asked right now, hey, you have to go work during all these conditions, I would literally tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin Owens did it. Kevin Owens did it.
I would straight up go into the office if they go, hey, we want to run a program. I'd be like, cool, we can do it as soon as this is over with, and we can build it properly because we'll have time to write the story properly.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, go fuck yourself. I'm not working.
It's their choice. It's their choice. Their choice. But anyway, so yeah, they have terminated the contract because Impact didn't get their way. Lol TNA. Spirit of TNA lives on. So that means that AEW and NXT have got some bidding to do.
If Tessa's smart, she's going to AEW.
Yeah.
If she
100%.
really wants to keep her career, I mean, WWE does have the cash. I won't even deny that fact.
I gotta tell you right now. I gotta tell you. I really hope my pick comes true and that Nyla Rose's opponent is Cyborg, because that's the only way you're getting Tessa. I'm dead serious, because right now, what other win? I think the problem is going to be there's no question about it, and I love AEW, but we can't even deny the best women's division in the world right now, other than maybe Stardom for New Japan and Bushiroad, is NXT. No one can deny that. They have the best women's division, period. And that includes Raw, that includes SmackDown, that includes fucking AEW, that includes most freaking independent leagues, like, including Impact. They have the best. So unless they get Cyborg, I don't think they got a fucking chance. Unless they pay her a shit ton of money to and guarantee her the women's championship. Like, that's the only way I see that happening. They have no other way. They have no other way. They have to get her.
No, that's 100% fair. I mean, NXT, when it comes to women's talent, how many good athletes have they booked compared to AEW right now?
Oh, yeah. No, it's true. It really
and it's nothing against AEW, but they absolutely should go, hey, why don't we go take a look into the Stardom talent really quick?
Yeah, exactly. I'm serious.
See who we can grab for like a couple months.
Not just that, man, but where the hell's Bea Priestley been? Because that's the only other woman that I could see legitimately having a great feud with Tessa. Like, otherwise,
isn't she on MLW? Bea Priestley?
You would think, but she was also on Dynamite for a period of time, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
I think she's one of those we grab her when we need her type of athletes right now, and that's fine. I would rather be that than anything else.
Yeah.
Use me when you need me, not overuse me because I'm fucking tired.
You know what? I'll let's see who we think, not who we want, not who we want to sign, or who we think she'll sign with. So, Casey, who do you where do you think Tessa's going to end up between those two?
Well, as Mike has noted several times, if you are in the wrestling business, the number one reason you are in the wrestling business, fuck the titles, fuck the pushes, fuck all that other bullshit. You are in the wrestling business to make money. And as we have said, WWE, despite all their financial difficulties right now, are still the ones with the most cash. So I have a feeling we're going to see Tessa Blanchard on NXT very soon.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll last very long because Tessa is the kind of person that knows which way the wind's blowing at all times. And maybe a couple of months into her NXT run, she says, fuck this place, I'm going to AEW.
Pulls a James Storm, basically.
Yeah. Oh, reverse. No, wait. It would be a James Storm. I forgot.
Yeah,
sorry, my bad.
He got. Can you believe that Impact offered, even at that doldrum time, creatively offered James Storm more money to stay? Impact than to stay with NXT. That's wild to me. Anyway, what about you, Nikos? Where do you think Tessa's ending up?
To better strengthen her career, I would suggest AEW.
I agree, actually, in that regard. I can see that.
It would help her a lot. I mean, sure, if she goes to NXT, she'll have, like, a mild career. Like, they'll probably use her on some occasions, but I feel like if you need a great push, I would recommend AEW, only to build, like, the better feuds and the better opportunities that they got.
Yeah, and to better the female division there, because she could even be double as a trainer with
exactly,
with her
because as of late, or recently, the last time we talked about this topic, the women's division for AEW is stagnating quite a bit. So bringing in Blanchard would help increase it. It will. Provide more.
And the division has a very good women's champion right now in Hikaru Shida, 100%. It's just they need that heel to be the champion. And Nyla Rose was very good, but for whatever reason, fans were just divided on her, and I just don't get it. I thought she was a very good heel champ. Her and Hikaru Shida probably had the best match out of AEW, period, women's wise. But Tessa's the best worker, not even just in males, but in females, period. There's a reason she won their world title over an Impact. But if I'm Tessa, I'm looking at long term, and I'm not looking for the short term. Because, in NXT, you got plenty of classes you could have. You can have great matches with Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, maybe even Charlotte Flair happens at a takeover. Maybe she comes back for a little bit. God knows who else on that roster. Shotzi Blackheart. I mean, the list goes on and on. Scarlett Bordeaux, again. Like, there's a lot of women on there that you could have classics with.
But you know what? If you're
but honestly, I think she's better suited for AEW. I think she's better suited for AEW because she'll get the title instantly. Her and Hikaru Shida would be a natural feud. If you get Cyborg, that would even be a better feud. Her and Nyla Rose could even work. That could be your modern day Awesome Khan and Gail Kim. That match.
I have a counter.
Go ahead.
She is not needed in WWE, but she will be needed in AEW. And I'd rather be at a place that needs me than a place that doesn't need me.
That will just throw me into the fucking wayside. Yeah.
Especially working in a company that has made promises and has kept them to this day.
Yeah. AEW does great with that. It's almost like they don't put their show and their fans first before the athletes.
Fucking Stanford.
But anyway, I'm not gonna. We'll be here all day if we go to that topic. But speaking of fighting and speaking of places people are going,
I can't believe he's actually going through with this.
We're going to just show this real quick. We're going to spend 2 minutes talking about it because we're short on time. But we has a picture of Fight Island right here.
It's not as cool as I thought.
It's going to be an octagon. Oh, man.
Yes.
I mean, I'm fine with the octagon. It's just...
But when you think
I was really
Fight
hoping the Mortal Kombat ring.
No, when you think of Fight Island, you think of, like, Enter the Dragon.
Yes.
Are you shocked, though? It's UFC.
No, but make it Enter the Dragon or fuck off.
This
to be fair,
this is one of those times where UFC should have brought back the entrances for one night only.
To be fair, UFC is still a business at the end of the day. They do need some format of, like, oregano or at least organization and structure, regardless of whether or not they're on an island. It makes sense that they would bring the octagon in.
Yeah, I agree.
Do I agree with it? No. But does it make sense in the long run? Yes.
I just wish they could have had the octagon in. I don't have no problem with the octagon. I just wish they did the decoration, make it look Mortal Kombat-esque. That would have been cool. That would have been the perfect time to introduce the yellow canvas. Remember when they did that at UFC 200? And then they're like, why is the octagon yellow? It just looked completely out of place. Here, that would actually make sense.
Question: if you
The
knock
golden
your
canvas.
opponent out, if kind of like fucking, I can't believe I'm gonna bring this up. Kind of like Virtual Fighter. If I hit my opponent hard enough and they break the wall, do they hit a tree and a coconut falls on their head?
There has been instances where a person's gotten rocked so hard in the UFC that they smashed the cage, knocked themselves out because they got smashed in the face and just went down to the floor. There has been occasions of that, yes.
No, I'm saying good. No. I'm talking about like chest kick. You run up and chest kick them.
Oh yeah, Anderson Silva.
Wall.
Anderson Silva.
Yeah, true.
Anderson
I
Silva.
just kicked you in your chest.
Oh, I'm sorry, little bitch boy. Are you having a tough time down there on the ground? Looks
I
like
just hope,
something
look, I just hope on Fight Island I get to see Sugar Sean O'Malley because that dude's fucking legit. That might be one of the most legit MMA fighters I've seen in a long fucking time. On UFC 250, he hit one fucking punch, the guy dropped, and he just walked away because he knew the fight was over before the ref called it. I'm like, holy shit.
How's it feel, McGregor, to be a bitch?
You
what
a dick, bitch.
That's what Silva's gonna do when he kicks him right in the fucking face in the first round.
Speaking of getting kicked in the
There's
face.
a time and a place to get kicked in the fucking chest.
Yeah, speaking of getting kicked in the face, or in this case, rather the mouth, do we eat our words here? Remember, we talked about the Tampa Bay Bucks not having very good defense, and that was very true last year, but apparently because of the draft, Tampa Bay Buccaneers now have the number 5 defense in the league now.
Having the number 5 defense and knowing how to use the number 5 defense are two very different things, my friend.
Very true. But we also gotta know that the same coach doesn't necessarily worry about the defense. Their job is primarily offense.
That's very true, but still.
I don't know. That is worrying, and not to mention like their offense, I believe, is up there as well. And even with the addition of what's his name that got drafted to the Patriots as our quarterback now,
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Even with Cam Newton and the quarterback, I don't think we're even close to what Tampa Bay's offense is right now. Like they've got the best offense in the league now too.
All I will say to this, this is really the only thing I had to say about this entire topic and football as a whole. In football, where you start is not important. What matters is where you finish.
Right. True.
Exactly.
That's very true. So I don't know.
So let's see what Tampa Bay does with this defense and with this improved offense.
I think that we have a very good chance to see. I think we have a very good chance in the Super Bowl this year to actually see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots. I really do see that happening.
Wait, are the Buccaneers even an NFC team?
Yeah, they are an NFC team. Yeah, they are not AFC.
Well, shit.
So
they were AFC. Well, fuck. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
could be interesting. Could be interesting.
I would enjoy it for sure. But we'll see what happens.
Brady versus Newton. I'd like that matchup.
That would be a very good matchup, and it would be weird. The only problem is I wouldn't know who the fuck to root for because in one you have the guy who is.
You've been rooting for Tom Brady for 20 years. Now what the fuck do you do?
He's got a
here's what James. Here's what you do. You run up to like the side of the field during the game. You go, traitor, defiler, false deity. You are no god for man.
Because in one hand, you got two guys on a team that have helped us win at least 3 Super Bowls. One of them has helped us win 6, and then you have
all 6.
All 6.
All 6, yeah.
And now you got the New England Patriots, and they're my home team, and now I don't know. Conflicted. I'm conflicted. I'm sad. I don't like being conflicted. It doesn't make me feel good.
I'll say this because I care. I'm not a huge football boy, which nobody is shocked about. That Mike does not give 2 fucks about football.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because rugby's harder. Go fuck yourself if you don't think so.
I've actually never watched rugby. I hear it's fucking brutal.
Just imagine football without pads.
Or a helmet.
Without pads or a helmet. Like, just imagine, like, some 250-pound guy at 6'3" running at you at full speed, and you having no way to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You just take the full load to the fucking face.
Just dig your own grave.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Uh-oh, we're gonna get censored. Censored again. Oh, shit. DCMA all over our ass.
Damn it.
Mama.
I knew my Johnny Cash impression was good. I didn't think it was that good.
Mama, where's my lesson?
By the way, that reminds me. When we get a guitarist, we gotta do that cover.
We gotta do that. Yeah, we absolutely have to do that.
But that's beside the point. Creative thoughts aside, I hope the best for both teams. That I really do
agree. Yes, absolutely.
That is up. I'm getting a call by freaking Matt. That's calling me.
El Draje! It is him! The El
Drajes!
The Mothman.
The
Mothman. Jay Mothman.
Oh, Dad, step it. But real quick, Dad, step it. Step it. I hope for the best.
No, Chris, don't stop.
I hope for the best for both teams.
All right, that's going back.
It is second. It is my second dream. It's my second dream Super Bowl matchup. Right under Patriots versus Cowboys. I do want to see that match because that's two of America's teams right there.
It's not fucking wrestling. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Can I tell you what I want to see? Can I tell you what I want to see?
Dream Super Bowl matchups. Shut up.
No. Here,
football may not be wrestling. That doesn't mean they won't try as fuck to make a storyline out of it.
Never mind.
I mean, they've created fantasy football for a reason.
There you go.
Me trying to get two me trying to get two fucking words out on this podcast is never gonna happen. So I'm just gonna shut my mouth because I got three fucking.
What were you gonna say? Go.
I was gonna say, of course, James is gonna try to turn it into a goddamn shoot wrestling match. Oh, here comes Brady. Can you believe it? Gronkowski's at the top of the fucking field goal.
I'm not turning it into just because I want a dream Super Bowl matchup doesn't mean everything's wrestling, you douche. There are people that have dreamed up fantasy football matchups, you know.
James, you cannot turn the NFL into NFL Blitz. No matter how hard you want.
Which sucks. I will agree with that. It sucks, but it's not happening.
Anyway. Moving on from the footballs to the racings.
Two people we were expecting to have retired long ago, to a guy who is apparently retiring after this season.
Jimmy Johnson, and this sucks. I'm really not. I think he. Speaking of being conflicted, Jimmy Johnson is going to be retiring after this season, and I don't know how I feel. Because I really wanted to see him. I really wanted to see him get that 8th fucking cup, and the only problem is now he can't because fuck Lowe's, and apparently Alley's just a curse. So he's probably just his Alley sponsor or ally sponsor has been the absolute shits apparently because he has not had a good car since he's switched sponsors, and yeah, it makes me sad. I wish he could have gotten that 8th cup.
But first we have Casey saying fuck Home Depot. Now we have fuck Lowe's. Where are we going to grab our 2x4s for our 2x4 match?
Oh no, I'll still go to Lowe's over Home Depot. I'm just saying fuck them for fucking.
Dude, I'll go to Ace Hardware any day of the week.
Yeah, that's
Ace
actually
is the place
true.
where the helpful hardware gets touched.
Yeah, Ace
Look
Hardware.
at that. I can just use my own tools. Here's a tool right now. It's a rock. I can use it to hammer.
You found a rock.
Yeah.
You got a
Dwayne
rock.
Johnson.
You're Charlie
Dwayne
Brown
Johnson? Dwayne Johnson?
Haha.
No, this is more like Dwayne the Pebble.
Dwayne the Pebble. Dwayne the Pebble Small Johnson. Anyway, sorry.
And you give me shit for saying gay shit.
How's that gay? I just pointed out it's a small pebble, which means Small Johnson. I was saying, how's that gay?
Wouldn't his name still just be Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, but he's the pebble as opposed to. That's why I said sponsor.
No,
anyway,
you are
fuck it. No one
attempting.
got it. I don't care.
He's not getting it.
You are attempting to get yourself out of a hole, and it's not working.
What
good sir.
hole?
You got yourself.
Okay,
You
look.
got yourself in the gay hole.
Jimmy Johnson. So.
Jimmy Johns. Papa John.
You know what's weird?
I like
how I met Jimmy Johnson?
Wait,
seriously?
Jimmy Johnson. Go.
Yeah.
Wait, you have something?
Say hi to Jimmy.
Oh, shit. Oh man. That's awesome.
I've been using this for years and I never knew who he was. I just got it as a birthday gift, like, oh hey, here's a can for you to save coins. I'm like, who's this?
Nicholas,
who's this
Nicholas,
asshole?
happy birthday. Nicholas, happy birthday. Do you like NASCAR?
What the fuck is NASCAR?
What is it? What is
There
a
you go.
NASCAR?
You look like that the white people of America have converted you to their crazy nonsense. Here's
Well, obviously you know who he is now, getting older.
Nicholas,
This is the only picture that I know of him. I have never seen a picture of him now. Nor do I want to
older.
care.
Well, he's gray in the beard now. Which is probably why he's retiring.
Nikos, when did you get that? I need to ask because I have a joke
I
for
don't
this.
know. It just appeared in my room one day, and I just never questioned it.
So
just enough
did
said.
your mom go, you hang out with filthy American trash. Here's a piece of filthy American trash that you can put money in.
Hey, Jimmy Johnson's not filthy.
He's boring.
No, but the can is.
No, I'll tell you who was filthy in a good way. Dale Earnhardt.
Frank?
Yep.
Filthy
yep.
on that damn track, bro.
There will never be another, and there will never be anyone greater.
No, I wish though he would stay there, man, because I really want to see Johnson get that 8th win. Because like I don't know, it pisses me off. Because like if Lowe's hadn't left when they did, I guarantee he would have won another cup, and that's what sucks about it. I'm like fuck. Now he's retiring. Now he's tied with Petty, so that's something to be said.
Petty and Earnhardt.
And Earnhardt, so that's something to be said. I wanted to see him win that 8th cup to like solidify himself because I've always been a fan of Johnson. I always thought he was a great driver, and he like raced in 3 different eras of NASCAR.
Well, and that's all well and good, but here's the problem with friggin' Jimmy Johnson. He has all the personality of a wet paper bag.
Incorrect, Casey. He has the personality of a wooden fucking board caught in a driveway.
Well, I mean, in fairness, Jeff Gordon did too, but everybody loved Jeff Gordon. I think mainly for his paint scheme.
And I think Jeff Gordon really mellowed out and loosened up in later years.
Oh yeah, he was a maniac back in the early days. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We wish Jimmy Johnson the best in his retirement. He's definitely a legend in racing. So there you go.
What if he accidentally goes, honey, I'm going to go get some milk, and then we just hear, Jimmy Johnson caused a 50-car pile-up on the highway today because he decided to go almost 210 miles an hour down the highway.
Just to get milk.
He needed some milk!
Honey, I need to go get some bread. I'll be right back.
Needed some milk!
Listen,
all right.
Listen, baby girl, I got to go get some bread. I'll be right back. 50-car pile later.
Car high, car low, still there.
You know what? Here's a question for the live chat people. Do you know Jimmy Johnson? Let us know in the live chat. And that being said, we're gonna go on commercial break.
Who do you pick for your 5-man pickup basketball game?
Shit.
What?
You'll see. Trust me, I'll wait till we go to commercial and I'll tell you guys as soon as we're in commercial break.
Are we gonna tell them the joke when we come back?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hibiki TMD on YouTube, retro gaming, pro wrestling, podcast, Terry Bollea, Hibiki Honors, Hibiki Quickie, everything in between. Hit that subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at the Hibiki TMD. And hey! Watch out for pedestrians, pal! You on the bike! Slow down! Hit that subscribe down below. Check us out at the Hibiki TMD on Twitter, Hibiki TMD on YouTube. Oh, the goddamn goodness.
What's up, bitches? Are you tired of being bored during quarantine? Well, to pass the time, check out hundreds of free classic games on PlayEmulator.com. This site offers so many classic titles from the Nintendo Entertainment System, all the way to the Game Boy Color. They also have a huge PSX library, along with an even bigger Sega library. The collection is massive and has hundreds of games, including, but not limited to, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, the original Streets of Rage, Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man, WWF No Mercy, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, Virtual Pro Wrestling, Super Mario 64, F-Zero and F-Zero X, the original Tetris, Contra, WCW NWO Revenge, Doom 64, all Street Fighter 2 titles, Pokemon X and Y, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, the Ultimate Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and much, much more. They also have a small section for MSX including the original Metal Gear. There are also fan-made emulators you can play, including Shadowing Sonic, Mario vs. Sonic.exe, Simpsons Streets of Rage, and a Street Fighter 2 version of Street Fighter 5. Go on PlayEmulator.com and enjoy the fun, fellow gamers, because this shit's super fun, yo. Indy Force approved.
So what about
And that's
5-man
when I
teams
flick
now?
the bean. So that's when I flick the bean.
Dad, you're
Jesus Christ.
I'm afraid you're gonna actually get stuck in that.
For a second, I thought that was Casey, and I'm like, wait a minute.
No,
there's
he's
two
right
of them.
here. There's two of them? How is this possible?
Dude, there's instant
Impossible.
transmission. Dude, there's instant transmission, and then there's instant trans cloning. So, yeah, okay. The 5-man pickup team is like this old fucking joke my old man and I used to come up with, which is look in like media or whatever garbage and come up with like your 5-man pickup game of like nonsense. It's like, yo, I pick like the Michelin Man, Papa John.
Day of Reckoning will come.
Yeah, I had a sandwich.
I like that. Hey, I like that game. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, fair enough. So, what was yours? What was your 5-man pickup team?
I got the Michelin Man, Papa John, Colonel Sanders, Master Chief, and of course, Aunt Jemima.
What about Jimmy Johnson?
You don't fuck Jimmy Johnson. He's too boring. We're getting rid of Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
I feel like everyone in the live chat will confuse Jimmy Johnson to Jimmy Johns.
That's the point.
Oh my god, that should have been a sponsor. That would have been the best sponsor you could have gotten.
That's the whole point. Jimmy Johnson's so boring. He had to open a sandwich shop that's only mildly successful to have any chances of making money.
Yo, Jimmy Johns versus Papa Gino's in a pickup basketball game. Let's go.
You want to fight? Let's fucking go, you pipsqueak.
Just have them
Get
race and
slapped
validate
hard.
on NASCAR Thunder. There you go, done.
Papa Gino's just walks up to Jimmy Johns with boxing gloves on in the middle of his kid's birthday party, going, "Hey, you want to go get slapped hard, you pipsqueak pencil neck."
Okay, we move on. We move on from our Jimmy Johnson roasting to a game to roast. Well, not really roast because it is great, but it also is. I don't know. So I actually picked this topic, believe it or not. So it's Skyrim for the Nintendo Switch, and we're gonna have a debate on this because my personal opinion.
Skyrim.
Yes. They're milking the hell out of this.
Not as bad as GTA 5.
I'd put them at about even.
Dude, it's getting there. It's getting to that GTA 5 level, dude. Really is. Like, holy shit. Like, Nintendo Switch now. Now, here's the problem with this. So, they just came out with the HD edition, I believe, for PC. And it's fucking great. It's like the best rendition of that. of that game, how they kind of fine-tuned everything. And then they get the Switch port, and then it just looks like a potato in comparison. I was watching Rich Alvarez play it. Funny enough, Matt Provenzel was our first topic, and we mentioned him. I was watching him play it, and just how disappointed he was. Because he made the character. His goal was to make the ugliest character ever. He made the ugliest character ever. He then started playing it. And then the dragon clipped through a house. And all of a sudden clipped to the sky. And then he's like, oh.
It's going to be one of those ones.
Oh.
It's going to be one of those.
I think they just need to make a new game, man, at this point. Like, this is milking it to the point of milking it now too much. Like, that cow's out of milk, dude.
Let me remind you of one thing, James. You're expecting Bethesda, the milk masters, to not milk Skyrim?
Well, okay. So they have milked it to the point where they've fine-tuned it, which is that's why I initially didn't have a problem with that, but now they've released a Switch version and we're teetering on that edge now. Teetering on it.
Oh yeah. Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, that's teetering on the edge. The Switch version's teetering on the edge. Not the fact that you can play it on your fucking Alexa. The Switch version's the teetering on the edge thing. Dude, they don't know that
but yes.
Hold on. You've been cutting me off nonstop. Hold on a second. Hear me out. You fucking thumb. Hear me out. If you're going to do the comparison between Rockstar and Bethesda, here's the difference. At least Rockstar delivers a game that doesn't have bugs and problems day one.
Yeah.
Bethesda expects their community to mod the shit out of the game to fix it. Do you know how long it's taken Fallout 76 to get fixed, their fucking big, massive online game? Dude,
yeah.
Bethesda's goddamn joke. Their best game under the title are games that they never worked on, and they're just a publisher for. And if somebody sits there and goes, what are you talking about? Oh, really? Doom Eternal, the entirety of Wolfenstein.
Yeah, and which they did not originate.
No.
Yes. Can I give one more really good example of a franchise that they bought and completely fucked up, and somebody else who's a completely different company? Fallout New Vegas.
Fallout what? You cut out. I don't know what's happening with Mike.
You keep talking.
He was cutting out when I didn't even say anything, Mike.
He's trying to talk about Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas? Okay. Yeah, that's...
Fallout New Vegas, which is an incredible game, was not made by Bethesda. It was made by Obsidian. It was made by Obsidian, a company well known for crunch time, because they had crunch time, and the game was buggy, and they fixed it within the first couple weeks when it came out. Now, if you go to Bethesda end, and we'll go to Skyrim specifically, that's on your Xbox 360, your PS3, your Xbox One, your PlayStation 4, including the special editions of these games, including that's on the Alexa, including it's on the Switch, including the special edition on the Switch. How many versions of GTA 5 exist?
Yeah.
One. One fucking version of this game exists. It's on this platform, and it's one game.
Here's the sad part about it as well, Mike, and you can even agree with this, and I'm not even that hard of a gamer. The only reason Skyrim has lasted this long is because of the mod creators. That's the only reason. That's the only reason they've lasted as long as they have.
James, that's the only reason why Matt plays
Skyrim. I know he does. That's the only reason.
And if somebody sits there and goes, well, you should be playing these games on a PC. Oh, really, motherfucker? Is that why I played the PC edition of Skyrim? And I got through the first carriage sequence before I modded anything in, so I can't blame mods. I got up the carriage sequence. I got to Helgen, which is the first town. The game crashed as soon as the first dragon landed on the ground. I went, well,
fuck this.
Fuck this. If I have to fix your piece of shit game to make it work properly, then it's not worth my goddamn time.
I think the only reason you played it was because Lillian had it or something for the mods, right?
I played the original Skyrim for the fact it was the big game. That was game of the year when it came out for very obvious. It's a huge goddamn world. But if I can give a really good example of how Bethesda doesn't know how to make a video game anymore, besides using the obvious Fallout 76, in Fallout 4, you can't even get into the main city of Boston before the game starts crashing. You can't even get into Boston. Where does the game take place again in Fallout 4? Massachusetts?
Massachusetts, yeah.
Massachusetts, yeah. And I can't even get into the major part of the city. I can't even get into Boston without the game constantly going.
You can't even get into Fenway Park. What the fuck?
I can get into Diamond City. I can get into Diamond City, no problem. But as soon as I leave Quincy and I'm on my way to Boston, game fucking crashes. And game fucking crashes hard. I mean, we're talking about back to the main menu crash. We're talking about this game had such a problem on PC and console that as soon as you get into the city, dead. These games were made for PC and they are shitty console ports.
I did not expect that we were going to have a rant on the developer of the game or the / publisher. It's not what I expected. I thought we were just going to debate on if they should stop re-releasing Skyrim.
Listen, fuck Bethesda and Todd Howard. The fact that this stupid fucking game this game's going to go up to the PS5. I hope this game is going to go up to the next generation of shit. I hope you know. We all know that Skyrim is going to be ported to everything else.
Well, I mean, hell, if they already released the PC remastered version, which is like the best incarnation of that fucking game, I guarantee you they're going to release it on the PS5 and Xbox Series.
Skyrim remake edition. We're just remaking
remaster. Remaster.
And this time
return the map.
Return what you have stolen from me.
And now you can use even more mods, such as Thomas the Tank Engine being fused with
You know what? I would totally play that mod. I'm sorry.
It's already a thing.
I'm doing it.
I'm surprised you wouldn't go with the Macho Dragons.
Ooh, maybe. But anyway.
Macho Man Randy Savage in the sky screaming at you. Yeah! Oh, for the Macho Man, the sky is the limits.
As shit as Bethesda is, apparently, now it was news to me how shit they were. I would much rather play Skyrim, at least for the mods. I could deal with a glitchy night if you could have a mod like Macho Dragons and Thomas the Tank Engine being a fucking dragon. Speaking of nights...
Except it doesn't work.
Yeah. Speaking of nights, the Anonymous ones releasing a playable version of a demo for Chris Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy.
Well, okay. Specifically, so I nicknamed them the Anonymous ones for I do not want to put the developer up in the limelight right now for the fact that they don't have anything really out there yet, and I don't want to be that guy to be like, oh yes, so such and such developer that's working on this, because I don't need fucking Warner Brothers to get on their ass instantaneously.
Right. Yep.
So, way back in the day, before your Arkhams, before the 50 billion Batman games that already exist, there was a somewhat playable version of The Dark Knight. It was going to be one of the best movie tie-in games for the fact that the company that was working on it was actually trying to figure out how to make it work. The problem came in is when the original Dark Knight was coming out, it was the transition from the PS2 to the PS3. So it was, how the fuck do we
So it kind of got fucked.
They better do if they're planning on releasing this demo, they got to release this demo now because like PS4's life cycle is almost up. Like PS5 is coming out soon, isn't it?
James, let me finish and then you can understand everything that's going on. Instead of they're gonna put it on consoles. You're an idiot if you think that.
Oh, okay.
You're a moron if you think they're gonna put this on consoles. You're out of your fucking mind.
All right. Continue.
And Warner Brother not attached in their name? Sure. Here's the thing with that. So a lot of assets and everything gone. There were voice lines, dialogue, all the shit that would naturally be in there is gone. So a group of developers out in, can't really give a location, but I'll give it in the western part of the U.S. are attempting right now to see how they can make this game possible. How are they doing it? Well, they got in contact with the company that was originally making it, and they asked for the code, and they said, yeah, not a problem. And they're going to be reverse engineering the entire game to make this work.
Nice.
Which is going to take a long time. And they said, we have no problem using assets from Arkham Knight. And I go, if you give me Christian Bale Batman fighting the Heath Ledger Joker in the Batman Arkham Knight combat system, I don't think I'll ever play another game again. I will just be sitting there.
Game of the millennia right there.
Oh, yeah. It will be fantastic. So I wanted to give the spotlight to them because to our good friends, the anonymous ones, keep doing what you're doing. I've seen little bits and pieces of what they're doing. And I'll say this. They even got the... do you remember the fucking triangle blades that shoot out of the wrist?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They got that to work properly.
Oh shit!
And it's used to pin enemies up against walls. And I'm like, oh, that's really fucking cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. So you shoot them up against the wall, and then you start just throwing haymakers. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh, can we do it on big guys specifically? I want to fuck people up now.
Do it on Bane.
I don't know if it'll work on bosses, but...
Oh, I mean, if you're going to do it on anybody, it's got to be the Joker. Because he's going to take a punishment. Honestly, from what they said, they don't want to turn the Joker into a boss fight. They want to make him into a puzzle. Like, you have to get to him, which is the bigger problem. Because remember, trying to get to him in that big-ass tower that Batman has to get through was the nightmare in the original thing. Yeah, trying to get to him is the bigger fucking problem. My favorite bit is that they go, oh yeah, we're definitely going to try to redo Batman Begins with this new combat engine. And I go, oh, Batman Begins with this the Ra's al Ghul fight on the train?
With that combat system? Are you fucking
with that combat system? That'd be so sick. Give me it now. I want to be able to blow up the train and go, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm not going to save you. I'll lose it. That would be like the greatest day ever. But hey, to our boys, we really hope we get to see some type of playable alpha build, maybe a beta build at some point. And just send us some information because we're really interested.
We are very much interested. And honestly, this sounds like it could be a really good idea. Well, we move from a really good idea in concept to what might not be such a good idea in concept, but it's definitely interesting to talk about. Does anybody remember 38 Studios?
I don't know about that, actually. I don't know about that.
Well, let's lay out the topic and then we'll decide. Does anybody remember 38 Studios?
Yes.
That one.
I know what they are because Mike told me what they are. It's Kurt Schilling's video game company.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect a professional pitcher to start a video game company, but that's exactly what happened. They released one game, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, and then the studio went under because because apparently, at least from what I understand, Kurt Schilling was a fucking moron with management.
Well, obviously, because he's never had a video game company, and this, proves the rule of if you don't know how or even how the business works, stay away from it.
Yeah. At least learn how this shit works before you're gonna get into it.
Like,
okay. Well, go ahead.
if you're going to get into something like this, and we hope that if you hear this out there, that you're like, maybe I'll give it a try and see what happens. Please do us a favor
and do some fucking research.
Please, it's so important. I know I sound like a child when I say this, but don't do what he did. It was so stupid. It was such a dumb idea that wasn't going to work. But I hate to say this is a very highly underrated good game.
Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning was pretty well received when it was finally released. And despite Kurt Schilling I guess a big part of that was due to the fact that somehow, even though Kurt Schilling knew nothing about making a video game, he somehow managed to get Todd McFarlane involved.
And now they're gonna get it remade
by THQ Nordic.
The Re-Reckoning. Such a fucking meme title, but hey.
So you know what? It works for a meme game.
So two dead-ass companies. I mean, THQ is dead. THQ Nordic is not, but THQ as a base company is dead. So it's kind of crazy to hear that this is somewhat coming back. And I showed a couple screenshots to Nikos a little while ago. The armor sets look really fucking cool.
And the world itself looks really interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's done by a professional writer whose name I'm sorry to say escapes me at the current moment, but wrote about 10,000 years of history for this fucking game.
Yeah.
10,000 years of backstory for this game, which is very impressive.
And for the record, I'm not gonna edit this in. I'm gonna screen share though, so we can actually show this off. These are the graphics for this remaster, I believe, by THQ Nordic right here. So yeah, it don't look
Salvatore. R.A. Salvatore, that's the guy.
Yep.
Yes. Who's worked on a whole host of stuff, including a couple Star Wars books that are very fucking good.
Yes. The Attack of the Clones novelization, I believe, was done by him. Yes. And it's excellent. Absolutely excellent. Give it a read.
Yeah, I agree. Here is the game cover, and this is the art. I believe this was done by Schilling himself, too, if I'm not mistaken.
It's done by McFarlane, you can tell.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah, McFarlane did all the art, and it looks like
Schilling,
a McFarlane design. It's great.
Schilling was just kind of there.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, there it is. If you guys want to check it out, there it is. See what you think of it. I definitely recommend it because THQ Nordic is doing it.
THQ Nordic is a good studio.
And now we move on from one studio that's great
to one that sucks fucking chode.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, we
were going to talk about this. We were going to talk about this last week, but we ran short on time. So
screw it. We're doing it now.
By the power of anger.
Yep. Here we go.
Mike.
I have the power.
Use
your
All right. So we're gonna play this full video. Everybody check out Battlefront Night. This is who we got the video from. So yeah, here we go.
$700 just for that.
Alright, so
of a guy unlocking Galactic Legend Ray, and apparently this guy had spent over $700 just for that one version of Ray. If my tone didn't give it away, because of this, I don't play Galaxy of Heroes. I do think that everyone out there is a big boy and can decide how to spend their own money, but personally, I have no interest in pouring money into a mobile game. This tends to be the case with a lot of mobile games I try out, but I remember downloading Galaxy of Heroes when it first released in 2017, playing it for a few hours before realizing what I was getting into, and promptly deleting it, forgetting about it completely. However, many people still get a lot of enjoyment out of Galaxy of Heroes. Much like playing Battlefront 2 is something I love doing. It never really mattered to me that some people didn't like Battlefront 2, because I do, flaws at all, and I'm sure the same is the case for Galaxy of Heroes fans. With that said, you would think that Capital Games, whose primary focus is Galaxy of Heroes, would treat their dedicated player base well. I mean, you don't want to alienate the people who are actually supporting your game. Even if you are going to milk them for every single penny possible with some of the most predatory microtransactions in gaming history, I have no idea.
EA Sports Company with the most predatory microtransactions in history. Gee, not shocked there. Anyway, continuing.
In gaming history, I have no idea why you'd want to actively be awful to your community, but apparently that's their strategy, and it's a bold one, and I don't know how it's going to work, because the way they've been treating their community of content creators is downright disgusting. The reason I wanted to talk about this today is because I feel like that community of creators kind of exists in its own little bubble, and I wanted to spread the word of just how petty this studio is outside of that bubble. Now, I'm going to have all Galaxy of Heroes YouTubers I reference in this video linked down in the description, so feel free to support those guys and check all of them out. But anyway, let's dive into this rabbit hole, which is an absolute show. The top creator in that community is a guy named Arnold, who has clearly been specifically targeted by Capital Games this week, and as I looked more into the past year or two of history with this studio, it's clear that his situation isn't the first like it. Arnold, along with some other Galaxy of Heroes YouTubers, has been occasionally critical of the game over the past few months, and Capital Games apparently didn't like that criticism and took it as an opportunity to target him specifically. Arnold explains in a video he posted yesterday that Capital Games has banned one of his accounts for what they describe as repeat offenses. Basically, this account is one he's been using for a while now. It used to be the account of what the Galaxy of Heroes community calls a kraken, which is basically a step above a whale. If you don't know what a whale is, it's someone who frequently spends large sums of real money in a mobile game, and a kraken is a level up from a whale. I tried to find a number of what exactly a kraken spends, and from what I was able to find, some kraken spend upwards of $10,000 a year in Galaxy of Heroes, and the account that Arnold uses for his videos had over $50,000 invested into it.
Now, I've met some people who are considered whales in mobile games, but to go that far and spending tens of thousands of dollars for one character in a mobile game, it's about that time where you look yourself in the mirror and realize, I need to go to Gamblers Anonymous.
Yeah, you got a fucking problem, buddy.
I mean, he definitely has a problem, or it's just dedication, crazy dedication, one of the two. But
just to get one character and then just
regardless, I'm on this guy's side because he gave them money. He gave them tons of money. Listen to what they do because of it, because it gives slight criticisms to the fucking game.
Well, we would if we could hear it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it.
For fuck's sake, Skype, I'm gonna kill you.
Gets thrown off Skype.
The moment Discord comes out with a fucking recording feature, we are switching off this piece of shit app by Microsoft. I'm serious. Talk about companies that suck. Anyway.
Just to clarify, that's 50,000 real US dollars, not Monopoly money or V-Bucks. Anyway, when Arnold reached out for help with a bug he was experiencing on that account and gave them his exact username, Capital Games took that as an opportunity to outright ban his account. And when he tried to get an explanation, the reason they gave was complete bogus, saying he wasn't allowed to use that account. As Arnold explains it, account transfers like the one he received is completely common practice within the community, and no one ever gets banned for it. It would basically be the equivalent of DICE trying to ban me for using a cosmetic mod on PC, even though they've never banned anyone for that before. If I was somehow banned for using a cosmetic mod, which no one ever has been, it would be very clear that it was them specifically targeting me just because I said something they didn't like. With that aside, Capital Games doesn't even permanently ban cheaters, even though they claim to have a no-tolerance policy. They'll ban a guy like Arnold who helps the community in a major way with his videos and content, yet give cheaters second and third chances. There are leaked messages out there from confirmed cheaters talking with developers where they had given the cheater a warning, something Arnold didn't even get the courtesy of even though they were singling him out in the first place, and when this person cheated again, they still didn't ban him and gave him the option of a 7-day suspension where he could choose when the suspension started. So let's say I get convicted of robbing a Chuck E. Cheese, and for that horrible offense I have been sentenced to a life in prison. However, I get to choose when this sentence starts, so I think I'll just start my sentence, let's say 145 years from now. I mean, it's basically a joke. If you get to choose when your suspension starts, what's the point? And at any rate, it's only a 7-day suspension for outright cheating, and that's after this guy had already gotten a first warning. On the other hand, you have Arnold, the top creator for this game, who does a ton for them. I mean, he pulls in more advertising via his channel alone than the official trailers they put out for this game. And then they don't even give this guy the courtesy of a warning for something they don't ever enforce in the first place. I mean, it's just a complete and utter joke. Looking into this situation, I was in disbelief, and believe it or not, this might not even be the worst thing they've done, because there has been some straight up blackmail from the studio. Both Cubs fan Han and Mobile Gamer talk about this, and they are also Galaxy of Heroes creators, but back when Marvel Strike Force came out, which is another game similar to Galaxy of Heroes, Capital Games was basically blackmailing all of their biggest creators. I guess Galaxy of Heroes used to have a Game Changer program, where some of the biggest creators in that community could get access to content just a bit early, and also some other similar perks. Around the time that Marvel Strike Force was releasing, many of the creators in that Game Changer program also started making content on Marvel Strike Force because it's a similar game that their subs would likely be interested in, and also it would be another way for them to grow. Well, Capital Games didn't like that, and told their Game Changers if they stopped making Marvel Strike Force videos, they would fly them out to events, give them in-game advertisements for their channel, and other really awesome perks, but only on the condition that they stop promoting Marvel Strike Force. Well, most of those creators stopped posting those videos, sacrificing a game that would almost certainly help them grow, but it was worth the promises that Capital Games were making and would help their channels immensely. Well, the hype for Marvel Strike Force died down, and Capital Games promptly ended the Game Changer program entirely.
Breaking their promise, essentially.
So, really quick, I'll say this. Why give a mobile game that much money? Because you know, I can't believe I'm going to use this quote because it's from an old-ass YouTube video. If you don't know who I'm talking about, AVGN time period, another content creator, Fat Man Judgeth / Urinating Tree. And it's a fucking quote from almost about, oh my god, almost about 14, 15 years ago now. Fuck common sense, we already have your money.
Yeah. But
that's about a completely different company.
Here's the thing, though. It doesn't mean that they were in the fucking right here. Fuck this company. Holy shit. Talk about fucking your content creators and fans over. First off, you're overcharging your fucking prices beyond belief for downloadable content. Then you freaking promise them and then take back the promises.
James, it's not... Hear me out here. Do you know how they get all those characters and everything else in these games? In these mobile games? These little things called loot boxes. So the characters are already in the game.
Probably.
But you're unlocking a tiny bit of code that allows you to keep that character. So this gentleman here who has spent about $10,000 a month, making all, having all these characters.
Promoting the game and getting more money to make back, and then also giving them more advertisement, according to the guy as well.
A self-sustaining economy, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you look at him and go, but he doesn't make that much money. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
To ban somebody outright who has given you the equivalent of a fucking car payment a month. A car payment a month when it comes to how much he spent is goddamn ridiculous.
How about the fact that on top of doing that to that guy, they pretty much blackmailed 2 other creators with bribes to stop playing Marvel Strike Strike Force. If I'm Disney and I hear that, I'm pissed.
Guess what? it's a Disney brand anyway.
That's what makes no sense to me. How are you going to go against a fellow company developer that works with the company you are providing a similar game for?
Can I tell you why?
Go.
Proceed.
Because who has the right to this Star Wars game?
Fucking EA.
Exactly.
And Capital Games specifically. Because EA is bad. Capital Games, just from what I've heard, is even worse than actual EA.
Small wonder EA hired them.
So fuck, dude. Yeah, fuck EA Sports. Fuck Capital One. Like, that just frustrates the shit out of me. Paying $10,000, you fuck a content creator over because he said criticisms of the game he didn't enjoy. Like the guy goes on, by the way, and you can check out the full video by Battlefront Night in the description. He says when he talks about he is able to play Star Wars Battlefront, and he's not gonna be bribed to stop playing Activision's Call of Duty Warzone. And Call of Duty, he works with Activision as well. He's gone over there, and they've given him perks, and they let him criticize the game. You don't see them fucking doing this shit. Like, this just makes Capital Games look fucking pathetic, dude. Absolutely fucking pathetic. Like, holy shit.
Hey, so I'll say this. Welcome to the Asshole Hall of Fame.
Yeah, 100%. EA Sports, like we be inducting them all day long. We know what they are. But Capital Games, you're there.
James, I have a question for you, and it's a question for the group. What do you think the first game is the biggest fuck over that EA's ever made?
Whichever one had Ultimate Madden.
Fair. No. Anybody else? Because as soon as I say the title, Casey's going to go, oh, right, they made that.
I would say...
Why do I get the feeling you're going to say Road Rash?
Nope.
Who owns Capital Games, I wonder?
Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
Who owns it?
Electronic Arts.
Electronic Arts? Yeah, but like who runs
Arts.
Capital Games?
I think he's talking about the individual person.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair. It's not about the individual person. It's the company that's behind that company that is learning all that.
So EA Sports.
It's EA. It's just EA. They're not called EA Sports. It's just called EA. They're Electronic Arts.
Yeah, I don't know. EA Sports, Capital Games, all of them. Fuck it. EA in general, Asshole Hall of Fame. This is the one and only time because we're not going to keep inducting them every fucking year. We know what they are.
So, Nikos, what's your guess?
I would say I guess you could say revamped version of Battlefront, the first one.
That's fair. James?
What, for games? Star Wars games?
Yeah. No. What do you think's the biggest... Go right ahead, Casey. If you're going to tell him, go right ahead, because I know I'm going to get cut off.
What do you think was the first big fuckover that EA made?
Battlefront. Easy.
Ha! Well, Casey, you're all wrong, because it's a little title called Dark Castle.
That's fair. That's way back in the Sega Genesis days.
That's even on the... Dark Castle's one of the first piece of shit games they've ever made. A game by title, you're like, that's really cool. It's called Dark Castle. Well, you play as insert fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo here, who looks like he's more fit to work at the Fry-O-Later of fucking McDonald's to be a hero.
You know what, Mike? Don't even bother explaining it. Just link everybody to the AVGN episode.
There you go, done.
There you go. There it is, down below. You're gonna Mike, send that AVGN episode to me. Again.
I will. No problem.
Well, on a brighter note, we go from a shit developer to a very well-respected developer.
So we go from
I believe this is our last
developer to great developer.
I believe this is our last topic for the night as well.
Yes.
That's literally what Casey said. James, that's literally what
I said. Well, good developer to shit developer to great developer. He didn't say that.
Oh, fuck you for trying to be different and failing.
That's all I ever do, Case.
That's not exactly what you said, but I'm going to say it kind of differently because I can't. You know what, Mr. fucking Silver Spoon in his dick? Stop.
I mean,
that sounds painful.
I hate to tell you this, but that doesn't happen. It's not there.
I was gonna say that's
because the camera is full close up on your face.
Well, no, I'm looking at it. I don't see a spoon in it.
You know what, James? Maybe you shouldn't tell everybody at home. I'm looking down at my crotch right now. Just want to let everybody know what's going on.
I'm not just looking down. I'm pretty sure I'd have felt it
for
by
your
now.
pleasure.
I'm pretty sure I'd have felt it by now.
For your audio pleasure. Anyway. Apparently Square Enix is preparing to announce several games planned for E3 this summer. Or at least what would have been E3 this year.
Yeah.
I think that they should make
I'll read this one.
Well,
they should be doing their own convention anyway.
Yeah, right. So this comes to us.
Let Mike talk. I think it's just something to do with your mic for some reason, Mike. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's because of my connection, which means, dude, this happens in every single episode. I try to say a goddamn word, and then somebody says something, and I'm gone.
Yeah, all right, continue. I'll let you speak. Go.
Yeah. At this point, Square Enix should just hold their own Nintendo-style event anyway.
Squarefest?
No, they should. Honestly, they should hold their own Nintendo-style event where they just announce new stuff that's coming out. Instead of, I think E3 is a fucking stupid thing anyway. Oh, here's the one stage of the world where you get to talk about everything that you wanted to. Who cares? I would rather see something interesting.
I mean, I feel like PAX East has done it better anyway for years.
Well, PAX East is more of PAX East is not about showing the brand new game. It's more of here's the play test / demo of this game.
Yeah, like they actually let you experience it, and not only that, but it's not just about the games either. They like to have variety of shit, and it's like, I wish it was the same, with E3.
Yeah. So if you want the better experience overall, I think we can all agree you go to PAX.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just go to any convention. At the end of the day, just go to a convention instead of sitting your time at home watching trailers all day. Even though I know somebody's going to sit there and say, well, you guys probably got super hyped during the DMC5 trailer. Absolutely. But
we absolutely did.
E3 should be for, here's the big games that are coming out, not here's the 20 indie titles that are going to be appearing on this console tomorrow. And we're all like, oh, okay.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So what did anybody start reading this or
I was about to.
Let's have at it, Case.
So this comes to us courtesy of Austin Wood via GamesRadar.com. And the subtitle is perhaps we'll see more Project Athia. I certainly hope so. Anyway, the article reads, Square Enix is planning to announce multiple games which were originally scheduled for its E3 2020 conference by the end of August. The company was asked about its plans for the summer in the absence of E3 2020 in a recent stockholder meeting. Gematsu shared a full translation of the Japanese conversation via No Investment, No Life, and both Google Translate and our own limited Japanese knowledge support it. Here's the company's full response. We would normally announce new games at E3, yes. We had planned to have a press conference as a replacement event, but were unable to do so since assets were not complete. Therefore, we'll be announcing new titles individually as the timing permits. Several will debut around July to August. Square Enix is also... Oh, yeah, makes way more sense.
Yeah,
way more sense.
Fuck trying to show everybody a whole bunch of shit. Just show them what they want to see.
Yeah. Show one game individually at a time. That way, each individual game gets its own chance to shine and be shown off properly.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, continue, Case.
Square Enix has already latched onto some digital alternatives to E3, the most recent being Sony's PS5 Future of Gaming event, where it announced next-gen fantasy action game Project Athia. You mean Final Fantasy 16? No, I'm kidding. Athia seems to be very early in development, so we may not see it again for a while, but it's possible Square Enix will share more about it in the months ahead. Regardless, we can expect several new games to be shown by the end of August. Exactly what they are is anyone's guess. Perhaps a next-gen Tomb Raider or a new Final Fantasy spinoff. Bravely Third. Just off the top of my head. When we know more, you'll know more.
Now, there was a game that Mike recommended in passing before we came on air like a couple days ago. What was the game that you said that they were working on, Mike?
Oh, they made the Avengers game. They're making a Marvel Avengers game, which has been announced for like a little while.
Which I'm super hyped for.
That is the best decision I think Disney made, honestly, when it comes to this universe.
And hand it over to Square Enix.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't think Insomniac would have done well?
I think they would have done well. And the story wise, I don't think they would have done as good of a job as Square Enix would have done. No way, no chance.
James, you do know that Insomniac made Spider-Man PS4, right?
And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they're making Miles Morales.
Yes,
Yes, they are. And there's no denying that they do good things. But when you're
hear me out.
When it comes to a universe as expansive as this, on an entire like group of superheroes, I think you want Square Enix involved.
Well, here's the thing I have to say about that. If you want a single company to work on one character, absolutely, Insomniac's great for that. But when it comes to team building and making the team feel important, Casey, you can't deny that Square's a master at doing that.
Yeah, and nor would I. They absolutely are.
They're so good at it, it's not even funny.
Taking some inspiration for from our Indy Force Extra 2, a little cheap plug there. When it comes to
link down in the description.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe have both of the developers work together.
I wouldn't do that. It's because no, I wouldn't do that at all because of the fact having Insomniac work on the Spider-Man stuff. They know what they're doing. They have a really good idea of what they want to do with that universe. It has nothing to do with the Marvel universe specifically when it comes to the MCU stuff. It's their own solo universe of Spider-Man, and it works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Now they make plenty of references to the MCU, but it's still its own self-contained thing.
Well, I mean, they make their in general Marvel references to begin with, but do not, and hear me out, do fucking not try to do mixing and matching right now because it's not the smartest decision. Because the last time we had mixed match of companies, we got Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and that didn't work out. That didn't work out super well, if everybody remembers.
Yeah, right, true.
That was kind of a critical failure.
Just before we continue on with that, I do want to. We gotta continue with the traditional meme. Casey's got a cat. Pussy. There you go. I don't know. I feel like it would be different because I feel like both companies would be after the same venture in this case, where they want to create the best out of everybody. Like, because as you said, they're great with singles characters, the other developer, but I feel like Square Enix is best when it comes to team story writing. So if you have, what was the developer?
Insomniac.
Insomniac. If you have Insomniac work on the single characters stories, and then you have Square Enix mesh that together with the whole general arc, I think you can get a great game.
No, I wouldn't do that. James, here's the whole thing. You're the type of guy to look at a cookie and look at a cake and go, how do we fucking mix these together?
And I'd be able to do it.
In actuality, it's more of hot sauce and a lava cake. Don't mix them. It won't work properly. Even if you want to try as hard as you want.
You can make
and
a
try to
cookie
get
cake. What do you mean? You
No,
can absolutely make a cookie cake.
No. You could make a cookie big enough to be a cake, but no.
No, but you didn't hear what I said to begin with anyway, because I'm not shocked about that. Insomniac's like a hot sauce. Okay? It's a really good fucking thing. It will sit on your tongue and last for a while, and it has a really good potency to it. Where with this by Square is it's like a chocolate lava cake. Don't mix them together.
I don't know, man. It feels.
One's a very well prepared mixture that is just well tasting and will work and is very, very fucking. It's such a good stomach setter. And the other one is hot sauce. Insomniac is hot sauce, with Square Enix is a lava cake.
I mean, fair enough.
This really familiar external layer, but inside is the good stuff.
I mean, this is coming from us who wanted, frickin' NetherRealm Studios to work with Aki and frickin' Ukes. And
yeah, but to be fair,
Well,
the way that we structured it was more the fact of
every company has a fully defined and clearly assigned role.
Yeah, you could do that. You could still do that with those two companies, can't you?
No, you can't. It's
in
completely.
In theory, you can, but it wouldn't work out too well in practice.
But it's two different style mindsets. By the way, just to let you know, Casey, just beat Isaac Frost, greatest of all time difficulty.
That must have been hell.
I just finished it.
What are you playing? Fight Night Round 3?
Champions.
I'm playing Fight Night Champions against one of the hardest bosses ever made, which is fucking Isaac Frost, and I just beat him on the hardest difficulty, the greatest of all time.
That took you ages to do that. I remember.
No, I just started the fight about 20 minutes ago. 25 minutes ago.
Well, I'm talking about, I remember that gave you fits back in the day, and now.
Because
fuck Isaac Frost.
Because he is a dumb, bullshit, stupid boss who has dumb, bullshit super armor and has a very specific layout that goes anti every boxing instinct I've ever had in my life. But anyway, Square Enix making the Avengers game, it's going to be great. And on top of the fact
it's going to kick ass.
It'll be beautiful.
And again, we're getting the next disc coming soon for Final Fantasy VII, and that's going to be fantastic as well.
Yeah.
So, hey.
There you go.
You know what? I think this is a good way to end it right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
Excited for the future.
I'm excited for the future of Square Enix. Definitely, out of all the games I'm probably looking forward to, as much as I like Final Fantasy, it's Avengers. So.
Totally Avengers. Totally Avengers.
Right. That being said, yeah, we like Square Enix because Square Enix is good, unlike EA. So there you go.
Yeah, Square Enix makes good shit. EA just makes shit.
Well, because it's Square Enix. Listen, Square Enix is going to come by and it's going to clean the surface of all the EA trash.
If you guys like this, podcast, make sure you hit that like button if you respect us. If you think we're shit developing a podcast, still hit that like button. It doesn't matter. Even if you think it's cancer, like it. Lord knows the room succeeded.
Listen, hear me out. Here's what you do. You look at your screen if you happen to be in the chat while this video is going on, or hell, you're even later. Look at the screen, look at the like button. Go from the end of your room and run head first into it as hard as humanly possible. I mean, don't even use the mouse. Literally run head first into your screen at like Mach 1. And I want you to put your head through the fucking screen. That's how hard I want you to hit that like button.
Anyway, don't actually recommend that.
Points for you.
Dude, don't actually recommend that, guys. People will actually do that. But that's beside the point. That's beside the point. If you like this podcast, make sure you smash that like button. Comment down below if you're watching this on VOD. Comment section's back down below where it should have stayed on mobile, so you should be able to find it easier. And by the way, also, if you're watching this live in the premiere, on the live chat as well, we will be in there talking with you guys. If you guys want to check out other content that we have done, Weymouth Youth Wrestling is in the description of this video, and you can click on my channel once you subscribe, of course. All of FTW Productions is ready to go. All of our shows are in one place now. This includes Weymouth Youth Wrestling, Wrestling Rundown, Jenna Lee's Beauty Slam, AEW Spark. It's all there in one central hub. On top of the fact we got secondary shows like Open Mic Night. We got Jay Hebert's Side of Things. We got Loopy on drums as well. I figured I'd give that little plug to Casey. Adventures
that
of Luke
massive
Lawrence.
meme, the massive 9-video meme playlist.
Yes,
because I throw my sticks.
By the way, could not find all 9 videos. You might want to check your YouTube channel for that one. I don't know what's going on.
I think a couple of them might have been taken down. I could give a fuck. I started that series like 10 years ago. I only kept it going as a meme.
Well, keep it going as a meme still because we like memes. Anyway, it's in the secondary show playlist. And your Adventures of Luke Lawrence show is in the main playlist. Everybody's show is in one place. And yeah, just click on the channel. You'll see what I'm talking about. In fact, bang. Actually, no. Why am I doing that? I said no editing, right? I could just screen share real quick before we...
All of a sudden, we edit.
No, I'm not. No, I can't edit. I gotta render this like as soon as freaking humanly possible. Oh wait, why am I going on Creator Studio? You just go on my
channel, dumb shit.
Sometimes I don't know. Okay, so first off,
I do like that banner. I have to be honest. That looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
Better than the Awakening banner.
Wait, say that again, Nikos.
Better than the Awakening banner.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started. I'm so glad I fucking changed that shit. Anyway, yeah. So on the homepage, yeah, we get it. It's FTW Productions. Yes, I'm coming back to custom theme edits. In fact, get ready for a week's time. Hangman Adam Page is the first one to kick the series in 2020 off. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a bi-weekly series. I am not going to stress myself out, but I know that we'll probably get a lot more views on this channel. So be prepared for that. That's on here. Gold Rush Tournament's on here. Indy Force, Wrestling Rundown, AEW Spark, Adventures of Luke Lawrence, and This Week in Sparkle. Everybody's main shows is in there.
You may also want to grab the playlist Convention Adventures. That falls under that header as well.
All right, yeah. I'll try to find that then. Just send that to me if I can't find it for whatever reason. Also, FTW Productions.
Why call it the Conventures?
I don't know.
Fair point.
All right, I gotta be quick about this because we got 2 minutes left. FTW Productions secondary shows: WYW Podcast, WYW Off the Books, Open Mic Night, Jay Hebert's Side of Things, Retro Wrestling Review Series, Fantasy Booking Series, Loopy on Drums, Simple Takes, and Jen's Tens. All there. We got 9 secondary shows, and we also got etc. videos, Indy Force highlights, extras, and reactions, promo packages, WYW Superstar themes, and backstage exclusives. A bunch of Jenna Lee's stuff, ISPY glam bag openings, Get to Know Me Q&A collection, Sparkle Army hangouts, and Noah Foster's AEW pay-per-views and specials predictions. So there you have it. If you go on my channel, Wrestling Fortune 44, Owen the Talkinator, Jenna Lee, Luke Lynch, and Noah Foster, including Weymouth Youth Wrestling, all in the links channel banner, and also channels and people we have worked with in the past. That includes Owen's other channel, CM Brothers, the Hibiki TMD, Future Entertainment. We will be working with them in the future at some point, Aftermatch Wrestling, and Kuzon TV. So definitely give those guys a sub as well. And yeah, give us a sub. And until next time, we love it when a plan comes together. And to lead us out, Final Fantasy's One Winged Angel cover. Take it away.